makes you have little micro naps and then you know that you're dreaming.
Yeah.
Or you don't even know you're sleeping.
What was
Good to
that?
know.
And that's when hallucinations start.
Wasn't there a
Yeah.
movie?
Been there, done that. It sucks.
That'll be our next show. But hi guys, now we're officially live.
Yay!
You guys want a good trip? Just stay awake for 75 hours apparently. So
And then die. I don't know if you want to die, I
That was
guess.
like 100 nights without sleep.
the machinist.
That's not possible.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
machinist. Yeah, it was a whole year.
It was a
without
whole
sleep.
year. Yeah. So
Which is not
guys,
possible. But anyway, hey,
Sure should. I'll find out. Welcome guys, my friends and congregations.
I feel
for
like
round
it's been
two.
so long.
It
I missed
has
on
been
Wednesday.
long.
I missed last week.
Yeah,
Last
nice.
Sunday.
Because someone had a temperature of 103.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but like.
That's worse than the finger. How dare you? Anyway, guys, welcome to.
Well, I missed you guys.
I missed you guys. This is.
No.
I
really
missed
missed
everybody because I'm a horrible shot.
No.
Okay,
That's-
clever. No, it's good.
alright,
It's good.
alright.
Okay. You killed the moment. You were having a legitimate. I was about to cry in front of Sheridan, and that happened.
There's no crying allowed.
No one
Yeah.
wants to see that.
There's no crying in baseball, and by baseball I mean D&D. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here to another exciting episode of Natural One, our 5 o'clock Sunday Dungeons and Dragons game. So we had started, and then I was like, just kidding. No, we didn't. And then, so now, but serious mode, we're totally starting. So thank you guys for being here.
Please tell us if we're online.
It looks like we're
we
live.
apparently don't know the difference.
We're going to sit here in dead silence until one of you guys says we're live.
We are live.
You can't just sit still and be quiet. Like that's not.
That took all 1 second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So, anyways,
too much.
I like how we broke at the same time. That's
Naomi's
really
not here because dead
Reasons.
kittens. What?
No, okay.
Yes,
She was
so
saving
Naomi
kittens.
unfortunately isn't here. You may have noticed on your screen. She's not currently
the
here.
internet didn't hear my barbecue joke. That's
No,
such a
I
loss.
know. We made horrendous
We made-
jokes.
But they
and-
were funny though. But they were horrendous.
And you'll
They were
never
funny for
know.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, but Naomi's not here. She'll be joining us next week. She has the president called her.
She has this terrible disease called adulthood.
Yeah.
It's
I hear it
really,
kills you.
it's terminal. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
There's no cure.
No, it was totally Rambo 3 where they like some colonel like went to like the middle of like the jungle, was like, we need you, and Naomi's like, no, I left that light behind me. And, you know, she's helping out some village. Totally true story.
That's me.
Yay! Good roasting. Okay, let's get to the announcements. Hi.
Oh, is that me now?
Yeah.
Anyways, hi guys.
You're doing so well.
I was. So, if you don't know about all the beautiful, wonderful, crafty people on our channel, you should definitely check them out. First off, we have Ashley, who is the owner of Dragon Sacks. You can find her on Etsy. Dragon Sacks, all one word. She makes these beautiful dragon eggs.
Dragon egg.
And that one, and Sheridan's got one because they're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
And she makes dragon sacks that are a little bit smaller. And they're flipping amazing. They're on sale right now. She's got a couple up on her shop on Etsy, and she does take custom orders as well. Then we have Geek Me Up Scotty, which is like the best pun ever.
The best name. Yeah.
best.
That's from KT. She makes all kinds of awesome dice trinkets. She makes keychains and
Necklaces.
and she makes earrings and cufflinks, and they're really adorable.
Yeah.
Are you wearing yours today?
Yeah, I'm wearing
She is.
my
Yeah.
little D20 earrings and my necklace
awesome.
too.
They're so
yeah.
cool.
They are cool. So you should check her out.
Yes, absolutely. And then over at the Chic Fae, that's CHICFEY, we have Melissa's shop, which makes custom-made elf ears and other really awesome jewelry. So just go check them out. If you do go shopping with them, you can use the code Dice Ministry, all one word, to get 10% off.
Yay!
Dice Ministry.
Dice Ministry.
Dice Ministry.
And if you're still in the mood for some more Dice Ministry merch,
Dungeon Thefts is a great one-stop resource for all things D&D related, with cool designs on anything from t-shirts to tote bags, stickers and accessories, and even designer maps and character sheets to use in your own games at home. And now, included among these items is some of our own merch.
Oh
You
yeah.
can now get t-shirts, hoodies, socks, all kinds of stuff from just the Dice Ministry design. And all of it can be found at Dungeon Dungeon Depths, let's say this right, dungeondepths.com, or .store.
Yeah, Dungeon Depths.
Dungeondepths.store.
And three times faster.
Dungeon Depths, no. And now that we have our own design store and line and all that, I felt kind of inspired to do some designs for the store of my own.
Oh yeah.
So
Nice.
I drew up a few quick drafts for just different things that we could add to the store.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
We're on a time crunch, by the way, so whatever you design, I'm just going to send them with just rough draft and all. So that's
Okay.
going straight. So I hope these are good.
Okay, so
They better be good,
most
though.
of these are t-shirt designs, but I also have a couple of other things.
Yeah.
Here's the first one. Just some of the most used dice, I think, are some, you know, like the D20, the D6, and the D4. You know, for all those different healing items.
No,
and
okay.
stuff.
It's
That's,
beautiful.
that's amazing.
It's
Yes.
amazing.
I don't know if they
Um,
can see it.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
can
go.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a big hit.
Okay. So that's just the first one.
It'll be an average.
Just
hit.
Then I also had another idea. This came to me in a dream.
Okay.
I have
A little insight to your psyche.
a dice ministry thermos.
Oh,
Okay.
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 But here's the thing: people love those multi-purpose, like 3D printed things these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So it's a thermos, and you can also put your dice and miniatures in it. So you just put it
Ooh.
right into the
Oh,
thermos,
okay,
so
yeah.
you can drink and then roll dice out of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we love to do the most.
With
Yeah.
coffee, you know,
with
residue
just
and
like
everything.
coffee and yeah,
Honestly,
you stick,
the
grab
best
your
dice
miniature out
rolls
of
come
it.
from dice that you spit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of controversy.
18?
There's a lot of controversy going around now with, you know, like things happening in the church and stuff, and things happening.
Okay, yeah.
And we're a bona fide religion,
Yeah.
so
For sure. Seeking religious tactics.
so I made my own T-shirt design. Hashtag not my minister, and you know, we can wear these around, and I'm sure nobody will be offended, and just, you know, have.
I love
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
I need that.
Least of
on
all,
my
your
body
religious
right
leader.
now. I'll hail. No, I was gonna say Len, but
Now, here's the final thing. It's not really a shirt design, but what's the one thing that every good player does?
throw dice at their DM.
Kill the NPC.
Die.
Murder hobo.
Yeah, murder
Metagame.
hobo.
Oh, clear.
Every good PC, every PC worth their salt is gonna metagame. So if we just get a monster manual with like all the stats, you know, of all the monsters. I don't know if this is like a thing yet.
A monster manual. No one's ever
Just
made
like
this.
a manual full of monsters.
It's an original idea, right?
Exactly, trademarked by someone, I'm sure. But yeah, those are just a few of my designs that I've had for the store.
There. Big stuff,
Alright.
guys. Big
I
stuff.
love it. Man of my word, they're going. Rough drafts are going out in those designs.
Hmm?
Those exact designs.
Dungeon Depths Lot Store.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Olivia. Anyway, let's. Anything else? Anything else?
Don't forget we do Mondays at the ministry on Mondays at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, 1
Yeah.
o'clock tomorrow.
I
Yeah.
think-
Twitch.tv/ministry.
And Wednesday nights.
Critics.
What's on Wednesdays?
Critchix. It's only the best all-female player group on Twitch ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the one Nick DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
They still dead
Yeah.
me.
he's there too.
Yep. True story. So, anything else? That's it.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
Just
do
dead
it.
on the inside.
You know, the usual.
The
Yeah.
huge.
The huge. All right.
I think we might spend too much
So
time around
funny.
each other, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see you people way too much.
Or not enough.
Or not enough.
I
It's
saw you
all
guys
I
once a
feel.
week, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Yo me cayó la boca.
Do the rest of your dog.
Hey, you speaking drow.
All right.
No me digas cómo
Yeah.
vivir mi vida. Hago lo que
Okay.
se me dé la gana.
That's not true.
Why is that? That's not adventure music.
Isn't it?
That'll do. That'll do. So, what the fuck happened last game?
I don't
Well,
I'm gonna go.
We
You guys.
killed a Trask.
oh, that's true. Canon, they killed a Jurassic. There are no more Trasks in the world. It was the only one. So there's that. But that happened
Some of us
somewhere in
knew
the
that
world.
ahead of
and
time.
no one knew. Yeah. So
Australia.
and then you guys try to kill each other, and that didn't go so well.
I tried to pin them against each other. It worked, but it took too long.
And it's all your fault.
I would have won.
This is true. No, my money was on you. But getting back on topic, this what the fuck really happened last game? Canon. Our heroes were at one point captured. That's you. No, I said heroes. Our heroes of the city, defended the city, and those guys had rise to the surface to discover that risen. Yes, risen. Thank you. Rose.
Has roses.
Brigante.
Has a rosette, really.
We'll eventually get together.
Has Rosetta.
I promise.
Half-rised.
I hate you all. So, eventually, our players, our anti-heroes, are shut the fuck up.
Not even saying anything.
It's just your look. Anyway, eventually, our players had risen to the surface. Is that right? Okay. To discover
themselves.
Yes, had discovered that none other than
I'm sorry.
Laura Lassar's father, Rock, had taken possession and leadership of
I want
Bastion.
Rob to like me
city.
so much, but he just doesn't.
He hasn't done it. He
He
hasn't
doesn't
done that.
dislike
I'm
you.
a pirate.
Oh, he's in a
He has
pirate
nothing
capital.
against pirates. He just doesn't like cowardly pirates.
Yeah. So,
I kind of-
so if you guys aren't familiar with the city and this is your first time joining in,
Welcome.
The city takes place in a. The city is a place called Bastion. It is the pirating capital, if there ever was one in the world. It takes place right in the middle of a seafaring place between multiple destinations and has become a stronghold for pirates. It's been passed through the centuries by many different hands and many different leaders, one of which was most recently a very wicked individual by the name of Saeed Jassar, who was a self-proclaimed prophet of some ancient sea monster known as Leviathan, a creature that would one day rule and destroy the world, or at least take ownership and possession of it. And those that pledged themselves in their faith to Leviathan would survive the coming Armageddon. Well, said prophet fucknut disappeared. His absence caused kind of a stirring amongst the already kind of troubled city, which eventually sparked a civil war after some strange occurrences, mostly that over a series of 13 nights, Jassar's own harem of wives had all gone down to what's called the Well, which is in the center of the Rings district inside the mountainous city of Bastion. Had all gone into the Well, a giant pool of ominous origins and where people are rumored to go in and never come back out.
Just
all
like
of
it's a small world at Disney World.
Yes, people go missing in that.
No, I just become one of the dolls.
Writing my next my next campaign. Anyway, so they went willingly into the Well, never to be seen again. These strange occurrences, and of course, Saeed Jassar's absence sparked a civil war. In that event, some of our heroes were caught, were left to die in jail cells, had escaped by help of some kobolds who exist in the city, who are the tunnelers, miners, and who have been there for centuries, and have seen many different regime changes over their short and expendable lives. They befriended the kobolds, agreed to do some of their tasks and quests, rose to the surface, found that your father Rock is now the kind of de facto leader of the city. But just then, your reunion was short-lived, as there was an attack onto the city, a coming invasion, an attempted amphibious assault landing onto the bay, where you guys went to a restricted area. Come to find out that Saeed Jassar had these really ominous weapons, these cannons. We're not going to get too colorful about it. They were cannons, a little alien technology in this world, but you guys soon discovered that there was an assassin group, a saboteur group amongst in this room. Felled them, were able to utilize the cannons and launch them against the invading forces, sinking them to the depths below. And thus the city was safe and peaceful. You returned down to the Underdark, where you had discovered an eerie kind of area where there was some sort of sentient mushrooms existing, coming to find out, and shooting first and asking questions later, come to find out that they were a sentient mushroom kind of area that also doubles as a food source for the kobolds below. You guys were stopped by a familiar kobold, a sorcerer kobold by the name of Pigeon. Who was able to stop you before any further damage was done, but a lot of fucking damage was done, at least relationship-wise. You guys went to the kobolds, let them know, hey, everything's on the up and up. Rock is your guys' man now. He's who you guys are going to be taking orders from. They said, okay.
Just like that.
And just like that. Yeah, you guys literally did the finger gun pointing and everything. So,
It's a finger gun. These are finger crossbows.
Finger crossbows, yeah. You guys finger crossbow. Instead of a pew-pew, it's a fuck. And the cringe is real. And having finished that, you guys then go, a month has passed. So, a month has passed in-game because it's not quite safe to take to the seas just yet. And the city needs all the help it can get in building up its forces again, rebuilding itself up from the ruinous small civil war that it had, testing loyalties to see whoever is currently loyal to Rock, and just going about basically making Bastion great again. So you guys have taken now a month, as it was advised by your father, that no one should leave the city and we don't know what else is out there. And in this time, what has been done? So, we're going to start off actually with Doctor.
Oh boy.
Doctor.
Not ominous at all.
I sent you one message and I was like, that'd be fun. In this time, after hearing the story more than once, the wives of the Leviathan, or the Leviathan speaker, all jumped into the well one by one. He went up to I think it's called the top run.
Yeah, it's actually topside. Topside would be, yep.
And he is claiming squatters' rights to the First Wives Mansion.
Oh yeah.
The First Wives.
The First Wives Mansion.
Okay, so Lady Joy,
The biggest one.
It's the biggest one, and also has a seaside view, and yeah, it's okay. Interesting that you choose that one.
No, it's because it's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Of course, no, it is. It's so you go into what essentially is kind of like a Southern American plantation home kind of like design. Yeah, so it has the pillars in front of it and everything. It is very lavish. It has, unfortunately, a dying, very neglected kind of small garden that also doubles as kind of a food source for herself. But there is a small orchard in the back. It is a beautiful, beautiful home with it has a small courtyard in the back where it has now an overgrown rose garden. It's the temperature here is kind of like Hawaii. It's beautiful weather, a little humid, but as you go to investigate and you go into the Lady Joy's mansion, anything in particular?
I'm just gonna explore for a little bit.
Okay.
You're just gonna explore.
Explore.
My new house.
And if I find anything noteworthy, I'll set it aside. Most of everything else, I'm just gonna be like chucking out of windows and like furniture and things like that, making up large rooms that probably were like dedicated to bedrooms or living rooms or front rooms, and just like kind of throwing it like off the second story balcony, and
you're actually
just like tossing it outside.
I feel it would I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that despite its neglect for now close to 2 months. Aside from dust, and there is a few critters that have not that have made a mess. You find as you go in, you find the scurrying sounds of alarmed little rodents and rodents and various other creatures that have kind of made home there. There are large birds that actually have put up residence on one of the top level balconies.
Okay. I can say.
Yeah. So.
Look at the rodents.
Yeah, despite the mess of the wildlife that has seemed to have made home here and the dust that has collected, it's in remarkably great condition. It looks as if this place wasn't vacated in a hurry, and it looks like because this wife was the first of Jasar's and the favorite, no one but you has... You stop farting on the table, thank you.
I can't help it.
That was me. It was weird.
So,
it's mostly intact.
It's mostly intact, and it's mostly because no one has dared, save for you, ever would think to even in Jasar's absence, no one would ever dare. Penetrate the house, if you will.
No one would dare throw that couch off the second-story balcony either, but I did it.
And yet you do. So as very large birds, like she had a collection of exotic birds, so you see peacocks and such like that are actually like scurrying over, and they make that annoying sound. That's peacocks do. They do. It sounds like they do to me. Did you ever be my GCC? Yeah, they make this like awful sound. So as they scurry off.
And I'm not bothering them. I'm just like
you're just throwing a couch over the.
No, listen. I need a place to do my alchemy work.
Okay.
So if there's gonna be a bunch of frilly couches and drapes and stuff, that stuff's gonna catch on fire. So I need to get it out of the house. Think of the end of Up when he's just like throwing all the shit out the window.
Trademark.
Yeah, I need to make it clear so that I can get actual work done.
Cool.
And not like most of the bottom is going to be left untouched, but I need the upper stories and stuff clear.
As you're making a ruckus in this time, you haven't paid too much attention to anyone entering the house, and someone does.
Okay.
Eventually, it's almost as if this individual makes her presence known by her light footsteps, purposely gives herself away as she's standing at what now is the master bedroom, I assume that you're in. The master bedroom, she stands in the doorway.
Okay. I have like a stool in my hands, and I'm like...
Okay. As you're doing that, you see a very familiar face. Beautiful woman, very petite in form, and a remarkably great, almost like a natural song to her voice when she speaks.
Oh.
As you see Lord Nasar's mother. Yes, you're gonna get a huge
long, big, long, curly, bright red hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, would you like to describe how she looks? You're gonna do her more justice than I would.
So she's very, very small, petite, but just think like traditional Irish rose, I guess would be like the easiest way to describe her. So very fair skin, light dusting of freckles. She has long red, bright red hair that she keeps in a braid down her back. But very despite her being very petite, she's very statuesque, and she just gives off a very an air of I'm important.
Okay.
But not haughty.
Yeah, no, just you want to pay attention to her.
She's got high charisma.
She's a bard.
She said, so as she has this very warm kind of smirk on her face, she says, "Am I disturbing you?"
No. How can I help you?
I couldn't help but notice a large bit of my friend's expensive furniture going over the railing.
Well, I don't think she's going to be using it.
No, I imagine not.
I chuck the stool out the window.
She makes a. Could I ask? I have a few requests for you.
A few requests.
I assume you're making yourself at home here.
That's about the gist of it.
I take no issue with that. And I think I can speak on my husband's behalf and say, it's yours. What better way to show some level of disrespect to our former leader than to have his most cherished wife's home invaded by the heroes of Bastion?
When you put it like that, you make me sound like an asshole.
Well,
I throw another stool out the window.
you are chucking a woman's furniture off her own home, so...
I'm chucking the furniture of a dead woman.
So legend says.
So
Ooh.
legend speaks. Ooh. Spooky.
My first request
Mm-hmm.
is that if it's not of any use to you, I think my tavern is in desperate need of some remodeling. So if it's all the same to you, Doctor, I'd like to take some of this intact off your hands.
Most of the things on the top level you can take. I'd say, if one man's trash is another man's treasure, the treasure has to be worth something.
Ooh.
How about you stop where you're at right now, and I'd get some helping hands to help you clear out this house.
Yeah, she'll give you some helping hands.
Hey, that's my mother you're talking about.
I am sorry, I did not know.
Well, if they're willing to work for it, I can't see turning down a few hands.
Oh, I've yet to run into a man who says no to me.
So that's your first request.
It is.
Your second?
Oh, they get increasingly more difficult. But again, I've yet to meet a man who's ever said no to me.
No. Far be it from me to be the first person.
My second request is that you, or your friends, one of which is my daughter, has taken a liking to you or vice versa, and that if you were to set up residence here in Bastion, that if they ever need a place to stay, that you open your door to them. I don't think it's asking much.
That one's a bit iffy. I don't see a reason if I'm going to put out people that weren't going to stay here.
Doctor, are you saying no to me?
Well, I'm saying that if one of these people wishes to room and board here, this isn't exactly going to be a holiday inn.
I don't know what that is.
They're going to have to work a little bit.
You're the man of the house.
Sure. And that's the second, much more difficult task.
Oh, the third one's the real kicker.
And what will this third one be?
Don't go in the balcony. Don't go into the attic. No matter what you hear.
Why?
Because I asked you nicely.
It's not really much of a reason.
Whatever's in the attic, pay it no mind.
That's not really filling me with confidence. What is it, like a sex dungeon or something?
Oh, well. Joy was a little prude. I wouldn't worry too much about that. She turns around and she says, that would probably have been in the basement.
There's a basement. You gotta at least tell me why I shouldn't go up in the attic. Aside from you telling me it's a bad idea.
Occasionally the birds go to rest up there. Just don't disturb them.
I can do an insight check on that, but I don't have my d20 out. I dropped that. It was 19. That's
Nice.
18.
She's there's something that she's not telling you, obviously, and then she's alluding to something ominous.
I can't help but feel you're not telling me the whole truth. You know, I'm a doctor. And one of the things about being a doctor is being curious. So if you leave me without answers, I'm going to have to discover.
Well, he didn't say no. I'll see what I can do about rounding up help, Doctor.
Of course, thank you for the offer. Before you leave, I'm a bit new to this island. What can you tell me about the others?
The other islands?
The other people that you want to have room and board in this house?
There's my daughter, who is going to have free access to this place. That's not negotiable, nor is it my request. I just know her well enough.
I don't think I could stop her from coming here if I wanted to.
Astute man. If you're working on matters of science and alien and arcane technology, I imagine the Warforged is going to want a place to experiment with you. And
Don't phrase it like that.
yeah. And curiosity, who's killed the cat?
Well, hopefully she can mind her fingers. Alright.
Alright.
Can I throw one more stool out the window? Would you like to try?
Yes, I would.
Throw a stool.
Says,
See if you can aim for the rose bushes.
Rose bushes.
she says, and she goes into the hallway, and you see her come out, and she gets a smaller stool, and she chucks it over. That's ugly. It's in the middle of the hallway. It's such a nice one. I've been telling her for years.
What was her name?
Tilly.
So you asked for her
Yeah.
name. So she says, affectionately around here, Tilly. Thank you, Doc,
Of course.
for everything you've done.
I haven't done much yet.
She closes the distance between you and her.
Alright. Shake her hand.
I'm glad you weren't my first today. So, and she walks out.
After I hear her go down the stairs. I'm sure you don't want to be the first.
She's in the hallway doing that. She's stopping in place until it gets more quiet.
And I just say, like, under my breath, like, I'm sure I wasn't your first.
Ooh.
And she's like, what'd you say? Oh, what?
So, Lord Lassar.
Is the how's the monastery? Is it still there?
Vacant. The practitioners of the martial arts that were here have seemed to have gone away.
I'd imagine they kept pretty decent records of stuff.
I imagine they would if they were there.
Is it empty? Does it look like they left in a hurry, or?
Make an investigation check.
I can do that. Maybe. Maybe not. That's about it.
That's a 5.
Plus.
That's a 5.
You're very certain as you're looking around with some vigor to see if anyone's left. You spot footprints, hurried footprints as you're going about the place, and then suddenly it dawns on you that you're only trekking your own footfalls.
I'm just like, Lily's always much better at this than I am. All right, there's still things there? Like, are there like manuscripts or books or?
Mm-hmm. You find, yeah, you do. You find a collection of manuscripts. You find some paperwork left in a hurry. It seems like it was all just log information. You do find on what would have been the master of the place's a record of like attendance and stuff like that, but buried. It's almost nothing of note. A pile of collection of weapons of different bow staffs and such that have various parts of disrepair. They've been cracked from constant use on one another. So.
Okay. Well, I would have spent most of the time either training or helping with repairs on the ship with what I could.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I think that he needs me, but just because I want to, make sure the ship's okay. And then just researching about just orc history in general.
Things start to fall into place. You've never had to ask before in your lifetime, and now it's certain things are starting to make sense and click. This island has had a very small presence of both tieflings and anything orc related. So, and you notice that there's not a lot of history or discussion that's talked about with orcs.
Almost like it's on purpose? Like it's notable due to its absence.
It's very noticeable due to its absence. Either because people have been told not to, or because it just has fallen by the wayside. But you, your sister, and your father might be the only thing of orc bloodline left in the city. It's not to say that you guys haven't had a few travelers one way or another, but they don't generally stay very long.
So basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm working with the notebook that was left to me as a gift, and I'm trying to research that is what I'm getting at. So did I make any headway at all?
Sure. Make a history check. The notebook that you remind me again?
The notebook that my mom found in the belongings of.
Why are you pointing at me?
God damn it! I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name.
His
Who
dwarf
was
character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I deleted it, so I don't know.
No,
Wait,
no.
who
And so did
The dwarf character I used to play.
Malgrim or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Malgrim. Okay.
So-
The
Okay.
notebook that Mulgrim left me. Yes.
Okay, a historical notebook?
Yeah. So,
Okay. No, go ahead.
Ooh, okay, that's
There's
not
like a
bad.
bunch of maps and notes, and
Mm-hmm.
That's
a lot of it was in different languages.
Sure.
it's a 14.
14. Okay. You're able to piece together, even Malgrim, though being from the area, it's misleading information as they talk about an orc tribe somewhere else. But he does mention there are notes of actual orcs led by one individual who took a ship. The ship was rumored to either have been crashed or lost at sea, and hasn't been spotted since. And that's generally about it. It's just this mass exodus of this one warlord who turned colors, so to speak.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Cloud.
I want to find out what my big diamond is.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to Sergio,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hand out my diamond, my softball-sized fucking diamond,
Sergio.
and I'm gonna ask Sergio if he can kindly identify this for me.
Gladly, Lady Cloud. Now, first thing, ritual-wise, it's like, please give me a few hours.
Okay.
And ritual cast detect magic on it.
Okay. It has magic. It is magical.
Lady Cloud, do you think you can prefer me a pearl about the size of my thumb?
A pearl? Okay, so I go and search for a pearl.
An actual pearl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character pearl for
Identify. Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
of the magical components. Make a investigation check.
Or go to the jeweler.
Or yeah, I guess I could.
If one's left in the city or
Yeah.
hasn't been ransacked.
Fuck. That's a natural 2.
Okay.
Okay. What about a jeweler? Can I?
There would be nothing. Yeah.
Fuck.
There was a jeweler. There was a jeweler,
Find him,
and he's
pinned to a wall by crossbow.
Is it, so it, but it's like deserted or like ransacked?
you find so you actually go to where there is a jeweler because
Okay.
just about the Rings district is now in the process of being cleaned up, and it has many different shops and such like that to offer. One is what would have been a jeweler's store for both setting, for appraising, for sale, the whole 9 yards.
But no, like.
You find one individual. There's a man who's actually working to himself. Like he's actually working and taking things down. He's a halfling.
Okay.
All you see is occasionally these empty shelves with this ladder, and you hear that. Like as he sets it up, and then you see this tiny, what would be a child from your perspective, like climbing up.
And it's a male, you said?
Yeah, it's a male.
Okay.
Yeah. He looks like he has this kind of almost this Krusty the Clown kind of hair. It's bundled up in wads, maybe even like this kind of like almost like a dreadlock kind of like knot. But they form out almost like little horns and such. He has kind of a blonde, but it's slightly on the reddish side goatee. With like a thin mustache that actually jets out, and he looks like he's wearing just simple clothing for working.
Okay. I will walk in and say, "Hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Shopkeep.
He's like, "What you doing there?"
Can Cloud help you in some way?"
I don't have anything for you to rob.
Cloud does not rob.
You'd be the first in this goddamn city to do so.
Cloud will help if man helps Cloud look for something, yes?
All right.
Cloud is looking for a pearl.
A pearl.
Man has pearl, yes.
Man has pearl. And woman wants pearl?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if the lovely ladies willing to give me a hand around here and, clean up the shop and make and do whatever the fuck I'm going to do from here on out, I'll be happy to accommodate with you that. We consider it a firm payment.
Cloud will surely help man. That sounds great.
Oh, well, okay then. Are you handing around any carpentry work or anything of that sort?
I only got 4 fingers, but
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me running. I guess we'll find whatever you are.
Need 2 hands.
Cloud is mostly useful on ships, but she will be glad to help in any way possible.
Okay. Well, I'll make you a firm deal. I don't have anything in the way of a contract. We've got Dark Templar, who is now subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for that. So he says, well, we'll just have, so to speak, a gentleman's agreement that I'll pay you with 1 pearl if you were to help me set this up. We'll call it for about 2 days worth of work. How's that sound to you?
Cloud agrees.
All right, there. My name's Clyde.
Clyde.
Formerly of Clyde Buys. Had to take the sound down because I don't have anything to buy. So, but here we are.
Well, by the time we are done, you can put. Clyde can. Proper pronouns. But by the time we are done, Mr. Cloud, we will have your sign.
Clyde. You're
up and
Clyde.
ready.
He's Clyde.
No,
Yeah.
I know. Cloud doesn't do names. She
Yeah.
mispronounces names.
Okay. Well, there you have it. So we'll just we'll put you to work. So
Mr. Court.
for the next 2 days, it's It's basically taking stock, like boxing over whatever's happened, whatever's left of the actual shop, into boxes so that he can organize it at a later purpose. You see that he was a jeweler by trade and an appraiser. A lot of his tools are blessedly still there, but the place has for the most part been ransacked, or that he's locked away. You found on your own, through your own curiosity, that he has a safe, and there have been things that have been put off to the side.
Okay.
You spend the next couple days basically getting the shop in order, cleaning it up. It's just general custodial work. It's hard, but the two of you guys make a good task of it. And by the second day, he says, "All right there. Well, a deal's a deal, and I thank you so much for your time." As he produces from out one of his bags, produces a sack. He opens it up, and you see that there is an actual sack, a large collection of pearls that he has in this one. He's like, "Okay, there.
Cloud needs one size of, and I try to do like what
Yeah.
Sergio did. Like I try to stick out one of my little toe beans.
Okay, well, that's so cute. So he reaches and is like, "Well, that's a big whopper right there. I'm going to give you that one.
And I take it.
That's worth a pretty penny, but I think you've been every bit of worth of it, so."
Thank you so much, Mr. Cloud.
Well, anytime you're looking for work or anything, I'm sure I can put you work here around here somewhere.
And I give him a nod, and Cloud wishes Cloud all of the best in future endeavors, and I just walk away.
Well, it's Clyde there, but I'm not going to fault you for that.
Okay, Cloud.
Well, we just barely met each other. Good pleasure to meet you.
So I take the pearl back to Sergio,
Okay.
and I take it out of my
And
bag.
when I look at it, is it about what I need?
Yeah, it's about the right size.
Best fucking game ever.
I'm going to cast Identify
Okay, you cast Identify.
on her diamond. Was it a diamond?
Yeah, it's a diamond, yeah.
Explodes.
You look into what now you've realized is an orb size item, and it looks back at you. I'm joking. It's
Len, this roll ended what?
Okay, yeah, no, we've already
We're
done
not
that.
going-
shit.
Throw this at you.
never
My
again.
boy.
Not cool.
No more donuts for you.
No more natural one. We're done.
No, it's less than ominous. It's you find that it is a magical item. You actually find it's a drift globe.
Yay!
Yeah, so a
Nasara
drift
has
globe.
one of those.
So yeah, drift globe. It is a 1 pound glass sphere, thick glass sphere. You can actually float it on command about 60 feet about you. It can actually cast, with that you can then cause it to cast light or the daylight spell. Once used, the daylight effect can't be used again until next dawn. So, and other mechanics so far with it, but yeah, you have that in your possession. You also learn of its name and property. Are you guys still bothered by the orb thing?
No,
Yeah.
I am.
The one with dark vision got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It's an uncommon item, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know. I'll show her. It's like, this is what the command word. I'll show you the light, and it's like, be careful. It
My
has a
people's
greater
like-
effect. It has greater effect that will can only use once a day. Lady Cloud, please be careful.
I'm gonna take
Don't
it.
blind yourself.
I guess I'm just gonna put it back in my pack.
okay.
And then I guess that's it.
All right. The city over a month has been peaceful. Whatever secondary attack anyone was expecting has yet to show itself. And after a time, the city is, for the most part, back on its feet. A lot of shops and its proprietors have taken restock, but have very little in the way of wear to their name. Some, with nothing left to sell, have decided to see whatever they can to leave the city. And some have taken the opportunity to take residence or open a shop of their own now that slots have opened up to do so. The city is half the population of what it once was. The stains of battle have been removed, and it seems life again has stirred, and people have made the most of it. People now have kind of a jovial, at first, disposition to their current state of there being a small lack of food, as you've come to find out that Jasar had ordered scorchers onto the fields above, and so whatever agriculture above on topside needs to be replenished. Stocks and food and rations are running dangerously low. And now what was kind of a gallows humor and kind of like aren't we kind of fucked, is kind of like, we're starting to, actually things are starting to look a little bit desperate after 2 months of actual trade being absent.
Okay.
And no one to pirate out there for replenishment. Let's go kill someone.
Let's kill some people. Is
So
there
let's
anything salvageable from the farm, or is it all just
Whatever can be salvaged has.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of people with nothing better to do have started to make a very layman's attempt at kind of farming.
Mm-hmm.
So you see people actually taking to it. A lot of people don't know what they're doing. So it's very
All the farmers are gone?
some farmers are there present and trying to guide, but it's just like a lot of the people here were just common deckhands, or a lot of I'm
they're
sorry.
in the forest?
Where are all the druids?
Do you ever inquire?
Yes.
Dead.
There's only one man who ever has the answer to that question.
And he's dead.
Hey, Dad!
As I assume one day, the day comes, you go to the tavern and ask.
Yes.
So,
So
your father, go ahead.
No. So I don't want to seem like I'm interested, because obviously I don't give a shit about Lily. She's stupid. But like, so I'm gonna kind of walk. Does he have like an office or like like his own little?
He seems to always have, he's in the tavern, and he seems to be pouring some drinks for some patrons here or there. And there seems to be a collection of other gentlemen in the city that are actually that are hanging by him. You see, you do see Inibus, who's hanging off to the side on what was formerly Whiskey Row of the bar for you guys. She's hanging and listening intently, and you're seeing them as he's calmly, quietly just listening and paying attention to kind of to the stock of a general kind of daily report from these various different individuals that you recognize the faces of, denizens of Bastion.
So I'll go and I'll kind of start absentmindedly helping around the bar. Like I'll just pick up a random rag and start like dusting off or like rearranging the cups. Like not really any busy work, I guess. And just kind of start questioning, like, so, I mean, what's Lily up to these days? Like, have you heard from her at all? I mean, I don't really care. I just, just curious, I guess.
Are you?
I mean, I guess. Just trying not to make eye contact as I'm like rearranging the mugs.
And you feel him staring into your soul as only a father could.
I care. I'm just like, I want to know.
Yeah, like I don't really I don't care. I mean, she could be dead for all I care, but like, I hope not.
Could she be?
Well, I mean, it's.
And if she.
God, Dad, have you heard from her? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I guess.
Last reports were 2 weeks ago.
How often does she report? Usually.
She has her hands full.
Right. Super important stuff because she's perfect.
As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Anyways, I just want to make sure she wasn't dead because, like, if she went off and like died somewhere, I'd have to go get her body, and that just sounds gross. So.
There are others that would bring it forth to me.
Oh, cool. Well, I guess I can stop worrying then.
This is exactly
Where's-
what it's like to have siblings.
What are your true intentions, daughter?
With what exactly?
You've been spotted in the monastery above, where your friend no longer resides.
Maybe I missed her and I wanted to feel close to her.
Paying homage to our fallen is a noble task indeed. You've never struck me as sentimental.
That's just
Accurate.
goes to show that you should pay more attention to your children's lives. That's just so disappointing.
Let's pretend I'm paying attention.
Okay.
What is it you really want to know? So I can save you and myself the trouble of you looking into the matter.
So hypothetically speaking, right?
Here we go. As he pours himself a half tankard of the remaining bourbon.
Why aren't there any orcs on this island? Why aren't there any other orcs on this island?
I was worried that you would have that talk with me.
Okay. Why were you worried?
In the coming days, time, however we have left in this city, I imagine you and I are going to have a lot of awkward and uncomfortable conversations.
Dad, I already know how babies are made.
And then we're going to have a lot of talks about buried things. There are orcs, not in the city, but on the island.
There are other orcs here. Why haven't we ever seen them? I mean, there's it like all of the books, all of the records. It's like they were erased on purpose.
If I did my job well enough, yes.
What are you talking about? You're an orc. I'm an orc. This is our history, isn't it? You've always told me family is important, and where you come from is important.
And where we come from is a sea of blood. Precisely why I've wiped it from our history. I want you to start a new life with a better lineage than the one that I've given you. There are orcs here in the island. The best of us for a different purpose, one that your sister has fallen into. And that's where she is now. I ask you not to let the curiosity get the better of you. You can play a purpose in other ways.
You're asking me not to go and find them?
Leave them be. They have their hands full for now.
Will you promise me something?
I can't look at that face and say no.
When this is over, when we get this town up and running again, you'll tell me why. I want to know the whole story.
I want to show you something. So,
Bruh!
as he steps into what is the office area behind the bar, and behind the desk, out of a cabinet, he pulls a very small wooden cask. You see the familiar telltale signs of Boulay, of the bourbon maker that was actually here before. The barrel is of a black stained wood, like a natural black wood actually, with ornate calligraphy that's designed it and carries the logo and such. He says, that barrel is worth more than this entire bar. So, you and I are going to finish it off one day when this is cleared. I have a very uncomfortable talk about a very, very dark past. And I hope that your mother and I have instilled into you a love and an understanding that you will not judge me too harshly.
Only because I really want to know what that tastes like. I'll drop it now. I love you, Dad. Just.
And I you, despite what has been years of piss poor bar management and cleaning.
Just does
As he smiles.
I'm an artistic type. I can't be bothered with this, drudgery. I take after Mom in that way.
You're just here until you can pay for college.
I'm gonna be a singer, goddammit!
If I would have you take over after anyone, it would be your mother.
Just, if you hear from the brat, just let me know.
You are the brat.
Ooh, burn! That's debatable. I feel like we'll agree to disagree.
So he places his big wet lips on your forehead, makes this disgusting sucky motion that he does, that he's done since you were a child, and goes back to tending the bar and listening to yet more bitching and reports from the various.
If the
different
druids
groups.
were here, they'd solve all this food shortage problems. Just saying. But I'll leave them alone.
More and more of the city is starting to waste away, and things are becoming more and more desperate. Supplies are low. You guys are starting to feel the strain. And it falls on you, Lord Lassar, that there is only, as there's only one ship remaining in the entire bay that's now fixed up and clean.
I'm hanging out there every goddamn day.
And you're there.
High rock photos.
So, yes,
For my month, since we skipped me,
go for it.
I would have armored the ship as well to make it better against attacks from other pirates, if
Okay.
possible.
Nice.
I would have the ship would have had more metal that it would allowed.
Mm-hmm.
More metal iron fittings along the sides to help prevent against ballistic attacks and and try to make defenses against being boarded and whatnot.
Cool. That's actually going to cost a very pretty penny. Even I think with your, even as a forge cleric, it's still going to be rather expensive. There are only some minor things that you can do to it, but not the whole shebang. So,
Just
that's
make it
it.
invincible. Make it so you can turn into a submarine.
Give me time.
Defensible. You can put basic defenses, but they're very, very jerry-rigged. There isn't a lot in the way of supplies, and a lot of this is going to cost funds and such. It's not that you don't have the know-how; you don't have the means. There's not a lot that this city can spare.
There's abandoned buildings on topside, right?
There is.
They're going to have iron railings and iron furnishings inside,
There are.
Gonna have enough.
and I'll just start pulling from this. I will pull supplies as needed.
As you do that, you notice that there is the familiar form of Cornelius. Cornelius Yesser is there, and as he tends to hang on the dock, and he takes extensive notes at the unmentionable, and just writes away and draws and diagrams. And at times he'll actually sit with his little legs out on the deck with a big book. It's about almost his size, and he'll start to sketch ideas, and you see that he's actually forming diagrams.
so cute.
Oh,
I'm gonna help Sergio.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll stop by and I'll look and say, "Good evening, Mr. Cornelius. What are you working on today?"
Well, hi there. You're not going to try to kill me this time, are you?
I've never tried to kill you.
Oh, that's right. Well, you're one of my favorites for that purpose, then.
Hello. How are you today? Well, I'm looking at his plans.
So. Oh, don't mind this. It's just some doodles there.
That reminds me. I promised you I would make the sketchings on how to build more cannons.
Oh, I have a few ideas in mind for myself, but anything that you come up as, I've seemed to have dropped my pen in the water. We'll convert.
Paradise Lost again.
Paradise Lost. 12. Not bad. No, that's so. But I've worked on some diagrams myself. Funny thing is,
I'm like trying to look at his book. I'm like,
yeah, make a stealth check.
yes, finally a stealth check. Finally. All right. Well, I'm not going. Okay. 15.
Okay, 15 will do it as he's like jammering away and doesn't even notice you.
Nice.
You look and you see that it is diagrams, at least what you can make it of. It seems that he's drawn to, you can tell the telltale signs and diagrams of the unmentionable. You see that there are many different designs and additions, and you see other things that are not currently from your view, obviously added onto it,
Yeah.
that he has plans for.
Okay. Do they look cool?
They look really awesome.
Okay.
A lot of them look like really dangerous. Like you see various different offensive capabilities. You see different notes that he's jotted off, and a lot of it is, but you can guess that he's trying to build like armor clad the ship, or at least has design for it. But a lot of it's written in halfling, or rather gnome, unless you know gnome.
I don't.
No, so a lot of it's written in this.
Well, at least I can look at like what he's sketching and kind of
Yeah.
just keep it in here.
I read it for the pictures.
Yeah.
Do I get the general gist of what he's trying to do?
Yeah, make a tinkerer's check or.
That's a natural 20.
Oh
Whoa!
shit! Okay, yeah, no, he's built. He has different designs of clear. Your mechanical forged mind already I know this right away just at a glance. It's armaments and defenses and such. He has not only that. You start to notice that he doesn't have just physical means of protection. He has some ideas for making the ship, arming it with arcane defenses and offensive abilities.
Get along just fine.
So you see that
I'll explain. I will explain how this Mr. Cornelius. This is very possible. It will require immense supplies, and I do feel somewhat bad for ransacking houses. But this ship needs to be least worthy to start supplying the town.
Well, first it's got to be repaired. I mean, these
That's
ships.
what I've been working on.
Well, yeah. Well, that's good there. Yeah. As far as abilities, I mean, I guess if we were able to demolish poor, there'd be a lot of. I don't think we'd have to worry too much about people being away. Having lack of shelter there. Plenty of vacancies, so to speak. If I could be a little grim about it, but yeah, if we were to destroy a house on topside, one of those fancy plantation theirs, and maybe put something together.
I'll kill you.
What?
How dare you destroy my stolen house?
So
There's multiple houses, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it really depends on what you had in mind, and we can spend the next couple of weeks actually fashioning something together, make it something quite dangerous. But that depends. We only have, even with one of those houses poorly demolished and a couple of test runs, I think we'd only have one way or the other. It depends on which way you guys want to kind of arm it.
You're saying defense versus offense? Are those our options?
It seems to be so.
Oh, we're all here.
No, I was just out of character. I was trying to clarify.
Yeah. Right now, since this is one ship, I think we need to focus on more defenses than, because we can board with a proper crew. We can board and take over more.
Oh, well, and that's something. So you're going to take to pirating.
If need be. I do not want to, but if need be.
I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Todd
well.
has been here for a while. Say hello.
For how long? He says as he closes.
All day.
Oh, I'm feeling a little swarmed here, so I'm just gonna stand up.
Oh, by the way, your ideas amongst the other cannons are possible. Some changes may be needed.
Well, we're gonna need some supplies, and I have no way of getting off the island anytime, and I'd like to be in the good graces of, the man upstairs. So,
God? Oh no.
so to speak. No, you're not there. So yeah, no. Any ideas that you guys want to get started on actually fixing up the ship? But I tell you, we're putting everything into just making it as pretty as can be.
Pretty is acknowledgeable, but at the same time, it needs to be more function over fashion, as
Well,
they say.
Well, given enough supplies, we'll be able to make some test runs here or there. But
I will go speak to Master Rock,
all right.
and I will go. I will. Once I'm done working on the ship for that day, I will actually go upstairs and talk to Rock.
What does Cloud do?
I'm gonna follow Sergio.
Okay.
The ship is my only concern right now. So anything we can do to speed up that process, I'm gonna be involved in.
Yes.
There is one thing I want to do, but I can wait until after.
Cool.
Also, Sergio is shiny, so
Yes.
It was very shiny.
So, you collect with Rock. He, at this time, has just seemingly had a conversation with Lord Lassar. They just finished talking about whatever there was. It seems the man is terribly dotiful on his daughters, as you see that he's planting a very wet kiss on her forehead.
I see them walking, and I'm just like,
Affection is proper for a family. It
So-
builds bonds. Greeting, Lady Lorosar. Greeting, Master Rock. How are y'all today?
good.
Busy.
How's the repairs going?
It's going along. I have a request for Master Rock. I was talking to
you and everybody else in this damn city, but I'm listening.
Master Cornelius has shown me plans for the ship I agree upon, and it will definitely make the ship more seaworthy and defensible, being the only ship we need to supply it. However, the best way to get supplies is one of the unused houses on topside has almost everything we need. Permission to demolish this unused house, and we will make use, put it on the ship.
Granted, second house, you're going to go to where Joy's house is. Don't touch that one. You're going to follow a fork path leading to on the left to the second house. That's going to be Lady Diamond's house. Feel free to absolutely demolish the shit out of that place. She had complicated drink orders, and I never liked her tone.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time. And at this point, I'm just about face and just go straight to the house.
To what end,
Sir?
Sergio? To what end would you like to arm our only ship?
Master Cornelius had plans to make it ironclad and pretty much increase defenses against ballista, and possibly it looks like it would survive a cannon attack. Also, I've noticed plans for arcane and magical defenses and offenses, according to also perhaps maybe build a cannon and multiple ballista on the ship itself, amongst other.
How about raiding capabilities?
I am working on that myself, sir. The ship is large, but it can be moved to be faster.
Time has passed where not much has seemed to happen. Whatever attack we were expecting isn't to come, and the city is starving.
You need food and supplies. Understood, sir.
The question is where we get them.
I have a question. There are multiple broken ships downstairs. Do we have fishermen?
More than a handful.
Do you think it would be safe for them to fish? Just to start supplying food, at least.
At one point, but I'm told that's only one. That only fulfills one nourishment. We need trade. We need the city up and running. We need supplies to do that.
How long before we can take the ship out?
Since I've been working on it for at least a month,
It's sea ready now.
Really is ready now. We can take it out to sea. It's just more defenses and more offensive capabilities would be fine. If we're able to get supplies onto the ship and load it, I can start working on this as we're sailing.
There's only one way we're going to get supplies. And I was hoping we would never set sail for that reason.
What reason?
We're going to have to stay true to the soul of the city and take what we need.
Finally.
I have a question. What about
We're
the
up
other?
for this.
Cloud is very good at this.
People are starving.
And have not the other pirate lords abandoned?
They've been spotted.
But they are bound to have supplies then. I'm sure if we start with one, the others will start to fall in line.
We'll play it safe.
That's not what I had in mind.
By this time, what is the doctor doing?
The doctor is going back to the crappy inn
Mhm.
that he had stayed at when he first got here, and he's picking up his stuff, and also he is blowing his dog whistle.
He's going what?
His dog whistle.
Dog whistle.
Okay.
He's looking for his assistant.
Oh, okay.
His little skunk.
Yeah.
No.
No. Oh wait, do you have a dog? I'm not sure how Cloud feel about that.
No, I've been so conflicted by this. Okay.
So that's what he's doing.
All right. So, back to you guys at the bar. You guys are, so as he says, I didn't expect such a glowing response for that. Yes.
I mean, people have what we need. And we don't exactly have a way to pay for it at the moment.
There are different avenues we can approach with this. Yes, we could set sail and visit one of the pirating lords that have abandoned the city, but you run the risk of being overrun, killed, and then having the ship taken away from you. Leaves us defenseless.
Not what I had in mind.
You can raid one of the neighboring cities, but be the only ship out there doing so, regardless of your combative prowess. And then there's the safer route. The ever-consistent trade routes going to Hawkins, the mining city.
Out of characters. I guess who's actually running through those routes? Because I know you had said that they'd gotten really lax about it.
So, as I'll show you a map.
There's a map.
There is a map.
There's a map.
Where is it? Who's got the map? Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some water real quick.
Can you grab his water too?
Yep.
So,
Thank you. Just know that there's a Dora the Explorer movie coming out.
Yeah.
yes, there
action.
is.
Yes, there is.
Yep, that's a
I
thing.
could have done without
In our
some
universe
trailer.
There's
now.
also a Sonic movie.
We could have definitely done without that one, but I'll say no more.
Yeah, that's just plain scary.
And the Sonic movie has gotten so many bad reviews. They're redoing it
Now
already.
they're redoing
yeah.
it.
Yeah, they're rushing to redo the graphics and everything by November.
I saw that there was a comic someone made where it was we need a Sonic movie now. Sir, we can't possibly compete with Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
And then one guy is like, what if we pretend to give a shit about the movie and how it looks? We submit it, because, we don't give a shit, we're Sega.
There we go.
And
So, I like that.
and then
So,
we just say we're going to redo it. And
you
don't
guys are here.
It's all a conspiracy.
You guys are here. So, there's neighboring cities. There are the plague lands to the north. Don't go there. So there are.
Playlands. That sounds like
That
a
sounds
vacation.
like no one's going to go there. That's where all those supplies are gonna be.
This entire territory is Pure Fort, the place where they worship the one true god Niar. So there's that. And
Yeah,
that's
let's not go
rumors-
there.
Yeah,
and
so
where
there's
are
that.
we?
I heard
You
there's
guys
a
are right there,
restaurant
smack
there.
dab in the middle
Fuck,
island.
okay, so what's to the south?
So what tends to go to the south is the consistent trade route to Hawkins. Hawkins being right here on the continent in the south. They usually go from the other continent of Illendale. They stop from Amberwell to the city of Bacana Landing. Then they head towards north, and if they can make it across the sea, they attempt to make it to Hawkins.
It's like
So-
you thought about this or something.
So here's Laura's idea.
Okay. That she
So-
voices in character.
Yes. So here's Laura's idea.
What's his voice?
I don't know, Rylan. God damn it.
I know, I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
what it's supposed to sound like.
So, look, I know we don't want to feel bad about killing innocent people, and we don't want to be like the pirates that have been doing that in the past, but we need supplies, right? And as of right now, nobody controls the passage between all the other cities and Hawkins, right?
It's true.
So, metaphorical toll booth. I mean, if we just start asking for a payment through our waters and we can guarantee safe passage, like a type. Is that what you clerics call it?
On one condition. Casualties are kept to a minimum, and you don't leave anyone that you board with anything less than that they can live off of.
You know I
That
will
is
kill
more
things
than
that try
wrong.
to kill me.
We have a few sailors left that we can spare. I can give you a crew. Who would go on this mission?
I'm not here.
So, quietly behind you, you see Inabis with a tankard lifted up. She says, yeah, she says, count me in. I will totally, yes, I'm on board for this.
That's why I like you.
Sergio needs to be on the boat to make sure the retrofitting goes well.
Yeah, and I mean the doctor. I'm sure. I mean we can ask him, but
Here, puppy.
Sergio has idea.
Sergio now speaks in third person.
we're all
I
just
like it. I
yeah.
like it.
Lady Cloud messes with head.
Pronouns not good.
So you,
Um,
so Rock says, Sergio,
trade-wise, many of these mansions are empty, correct?
seems to be.
Mansions tend to have expensive supplies, furnishings, tapers. Sell those.
For now.
It's a start.
It's an excellent idea, Sergio, but we also need actual trades. Trade goods shops, supplies, basic necessities, tools, whatnot. We need a thriving city once again. We have people, but without the supplies to do it.
Right.
So,
So I would like to set about I don't know, formulating a plan for our first pirating adventure.
Or
Arg.
Cloud would as well.
Gather your crew.
And I guess I'll talk to Cloud about it since she has the most experience pirating.
I know
well-
so much pirate stuff, guys.
Well, her
so
and
much.
well, and
Cloud does. I don't.
and Inibis too. Inibis used to own her own ship.
Oh yeah,
so-
yeah, totally.
she was a sailor, not a pirate.
So
well,
Inabis
but she
stands
knows
up.
more
Yeah,
about
she's been around pirates and had to deal with them.
Yeah.
Inabis says, I'm confident Cloud and I can come up with some plan as to...
So, as captain of this ship, I'm counting on you two to come up with a plan. I'm delegating because that's what leaders do.
Who
So
so
you-
made you
it's-
captain of
yeah,
the ship?
so Inabis says, oh, so you're the captain? We're assuming we're not putting this to a vote?
Cloud did not vote, but Cloud is okay with this.
Well, okay, well, I have the most experience, but...
she is owner of the ship, therefore she is captain.
She's also
of the-
Canadian now.
Yeah, so
She's
Why you busted his balls, right? Come on.
yeah.
Now he's from Boston?
No, I'm Boston.
So she says, all right, well, your father's... who am I to argue in front of your father?
Who are you to argue away from my father? Why would we argue? I like you.
Says,
You can like some-
So Rock is just like rubbing
Morally
his
can't.
temple. So Rock says,
Captain's gonna captain.
Captain's gonna captain. Robin says, Rock says, get it done.
Aye.
So we, sir. I mean, do you want to come up with a plan with us?
I will leave the pirating to Lady Cloud and Lady Innovis.
Okay, so me and Innovis and Morla will sit down like at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like,
Lorla's plan will be like, so we board them, and I hit them with my axe.
and I'm like enthusiastically nodding.
And Innovis is probably gonna be like, okay, so.
Okay, this is what happens. So,
And then I hit them with my axe.
Doctor,
Yes.
your
Your
small corgi
Mhm.
arrives.
And he has like a little like almost like a saddlebag
Mm-hmm.
with different like alchemical supplies on it.
So, and if anyone needs a form of reference, if anyone's seen Cowboy Bebop, I from Cowboy Bebop is the dog in question.
Basically.
Yeah. So as he barks, almost to communicate with you, as if to say yes, sir.
He has a 10 intelligence.
Yeah.
He's a very smart dog.
And he cocks his head up
He
the side.
can't speak, but
Okay.
It's just a little dog with saddlebags.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
And little pudgy sides because he's a corgi.
Yeah.
He's
So-
got the little
Wait,
butt.
so we all see this?
Yeah.
I derive.
Eventually, he comes to the bar with a dog you've never seen before and is not native to this area.
And you just see Lorla like drop to her knees, like, what is this adorable creature?
This is my assistant.
Cloud looks visibly uncomfortable.
Cloud like not. I don't know. She's just not.
Having
Her
it.
ears kind of go down a little bit.
Okay.
Her tail kind of poofs.
What's his name?
His name, ironically, is Cornelius.
Oh
My God! What the fuck?
Um,
Jesus Christ!
I can't right now.
Jesus Christ!
Like what do I like?
I need to like.
Cornelius.
So, his dog's gonna die first.
He's gonna
I know. Shit.
So-
fine.
So I'm gonna like take like a random bone out of one of my dreads
Okay.
and just be like,
That's not sanitary.
I don't care.
So,
Like put it in front of him.
you put it in front of him. He snatches it, and he does something very awesome and strange at the same time. You see that he actually starts to how one would actually like kind of flick a knife.
Yeah.
He starts to do that with a bone, tip after tip, like just flop in his mouth and like catch it every single time with accurate precision.
That's amazing.
Cornelius, say thank you.
Bark.
I love this thing. This tiny creature is. Right, and I'm like, you just see her like on all fours, like down on the ground, trying to put her face next to his.
As he does that, he starts to actually lower his stubby little legs, starts to actually lower a little further and starts to match you in time and kind.
Yeah, and then I realize that I'm on the ground and I'll just scritch it and then get up, try to regain some of my
So,
integrity.
so Inhibit says, so, we go pirating, yes?
Oh, that's what we're doing.
We have been provided crew. You shall go with us if you'd like. We are going to pirate for supplies.
We're going to set up a hypothetical, metaphorical toll booth.
And if they don't pay the toll, we'll kill them.
We'll ask them
no.
to go back
Enthusiastically not
home.
so
Master
They can't
Rock
pass.
has said we limit casualties and we have to leave them with supplies to survive.
Alright.
He's also said that there is not a moment to lose, and I think we can see that about ourselves. I may have just taken the last of ale.
Oh,
And
I
that is
didn't
very,
realize it was so dire.
There's some, but prices have gone up for whoever can actually have coin, and no one has coin. So,
So you come and talk
Hey, sure.
to the ship.
well, if you'll
Shit.
excuse me, I have to make one stop and I'll meet y'all at the ship.
what's the last stop you make?
I'm going to Cornelius.
Okay.
Cornelius, not Cornelius.
Yeah.
Cornelius, yes, sir.
Cornelius was first, okay?
Master, yes, sir.
We can call him yes, sir.
So it says, yeah, Sergio. What can
I have wonderful news. Master Rock has provided the second lady's house, Lady Diamonds. We are to demolish and take everything we need and so unfortunately we have to set sail. I expect the house to be at least partially demolished and supplies ready for when we return.
Well, we've got nothing but workers and free time around here, so yeah, I think we're going to do that.
All right. Do not touch Lady Joy's house, from what I understand. We only have access.
Not Lady Joy. Diamond.
That's what I said. Do not touch.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do not touch Lady Joy's house. It's only Lady Diamond's.
No.
You have Joy's
I have
house.
Joy's house.
Right.
Well,
Okay,
then I'll ask around for that.
And if y'all need more supplies, feel free to talk to Mr. Rock. I'm sure he will be more amenable if we continue to understand we can use these houses for supplies.
Okay. So, for the sake of brevity, time gets together where you guys actually start to gather.
We start to
Roll initiative.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
Not just yeah. There's a ship that just shows up.
This is the shittiest dice.
There is, as you guys start to
Way too
collect
loud.
onto your ship itself, get your crew
That is
together.
really big.
You get supplies, whatever can be spared for this. For the last hope of the city, you guys are going to take to pirating to restock an island.
Ooh, Cloud is so excited.
That's where we'll take a break.
Yay! I gotta pee.
So, join us in 10
Yes.
minutes. I think we all have to pee. We're all going to stare at the same restaurant. Join us in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back as we're going to supply them and see what happens.
See you soon.
Yeah.
I always think it's this camera. That's the battle map camera.
Yeah.
This is the camera.
All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll let you know in chat when we're back. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet
But-
it fucking is, Glenn. I
But-
bet it fucking. You know what? These are fake pockets.
But
Yeah.
if a guy has a purse, fucking everyone just like.
Who's ever? I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit about.
Yeah, you don't give a
purses.
shit.
Guys have
But other
purses.
men
They're called
will.
messenger
They have
bags.
yeah,
Hi,
they're messenger
guys.
bags,
Welcome
and
back.
backpacks.
That's
Y'all
not
can carry
purse.
that shit around.
I wish purses were uniform.
Right to your senators. Women need
Women need
pockets.
pockets.
So, you can make this happen.
Even my kill has pockets.
So, welcome back, guys. When we last left
Your kid
off,
has a fanny
We're
Our
just about
heroes-
to go pirate some
Yeah.
shit.
our heroes
Whoa, finally.
have been collecting, getting kind of comfortability, comfortableness in Bastion. Comfortableness in Bastion, kind of getting everything has been for the most part back to a norm, but the city is in a bad way. Now it falls on our heroes who own the only remaining ship left in the city by the name of the Unmentionables to set sail and
It makes it sound like balls.
The unmentionable. We're the unmentionable.
yeah, the
Yeah, we are
Unmentionable.
actually in the mental. Yeah.
The Unmentionable, and take it out to sea to try their hand at pirating and see how
Try
that
their
goes.
hand. Come on.
We are
man.
entrepreneurs.
No,
we
well,
are filling a very important gap
We're a
in the
small
economy.
I'm a
We
pirate.
are small business owners.
I'm a straight up pirate. So. I'm not trying my hand at pirating. I'm just doing my job.
I just
Okay.
love your reasoning. Like, we're entrepreneurs. Like, we're fulfilling a need. I stab people.
Yeah, but no, that's it though. Like,
Yeah.
We have a venture capitalist. We just need somebody with experience in the
I have
field.
yeah,
She's
I-
our independent contractor.
Before, did we let chat know that we're back? By the way, so before that happens, or before we get started, let's just give a big shout out to Dark Templar for subscribing. Thank you so. 1, 2, 3.
One of us.
One
One of us.
One
One of us.
Thank you so much. All right, let's begin. So, plans are laid out. The ship is ready. You guys prep it to the best of your abilities, and you are the last the city has in the way of resupplying. The plan is to set up something of a toll station in the traveling seaway between the islands and inland for those traveling from one side of the globe to Hawkins. You guys are going to be the toll keepers of that seafaring way. So, you guys set out?
Yes.
Any last things you'd like to do before you leave?
I would like to pet my dog.
Is your dog going with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can doggy
I'm just kidding. Cloud is fine. Chilly but fine.
Okay.
She's poofy.
Yeah, I'm poofy but fine.
This journey will probably take you a few days as you're going around the island itself. But You're warned before you leave by Rock that if you see sight of any patrol ships of blood with the telltale sign of Warlord Blood of the Unganerith or Alzarhawk, the capital, that you are to not engage. You'll probably most likely be outclassed, and they will have others with them. But trade ships going to the mining community of Hawkins are fair game. The orders, just for those at home, if you're just tuning in, try to keep casualties to a minimum, and take everything, but leave at least enough for them to live off of and find their safe passage on their travels.
Gentlemen bandits.
Sure. You guys then set sail. You go around the perimeter of the island. You see occasionally off to the great distance, but too far out of travel, the coming and goings of various different ships. Perhaps they're ships trying to make their way one passageway or another, try their luck through various different tunnel or seaways. Maybe they're scouts from the pirating capitals or the surrounding kingdoms, who knows? But eventually, near a week down the line, you eventually make it towards the seaway between your island of Shifra and the island of Casatriates, to the continent to the south. And you guys are in the sea path between the two, awaiting whatever ship comes your way. So, I need perception checks from at least two of you guys, or one with advantage.
I have +5.
6.
There you go.
Assist. 24.
24, okay. Time comes where eventually you guys do, not only are you able to spot ships off to the horizon, you're able to spot ships that you should perhaps steer clear of. You do see ships bearing the markings once in a while. You do catch two ships in tandem that you avoid in your journey belonging to the Unganerith to the south. And you see off in the distance that there is a ship, a very large vessel carrying the telltale signs of Portus and the very vibrant colors that tend to go with Portus, the slaving kingdom. You guys avoid all of that and wait for any trade ship. And the day comes after you've just set anchor, let low, and wait. The day passes where the next day, sometime around noon, there's a ship off to the horizon, and it sees you. The ship itself carries the markings, as you guys are familiar, of Bacana Landing. Bacana Landing being essentially the banking capital, richest nation on the planet. You see that this is a trade vessel, and it actually starts to signal to you guys as it's coming through.
Do we all see this?
Signal as in...
The signal, as you guys are, for the sake of argument, say that a lot of you being the seafaring type, you guys see that it's actually trying to signal to you guys which colors do you represent.
Well, whatever colors mean, let us have all your shit.
Okay.
A Jolly Roger.
Yeah, whatever. Well, first of all, is there anything that we can use to?
There's
We would have
flags.
prepared a flag or something.
Okay.
You guys would
yeah.
prepare a flag.
Okay, so what is our flag?
I assume you have readily accessible flags of.
Do we have the tusk spot? Like a flag with the tusks
You
on
can
it?
make one for sure.
No, I
With
wanna check
Do you guys make the tusks?
I want to check something. We're in like open waters, so
Yes.
we're not like anchored.
Not
No.
anchored per
Like
se.
drifting.
You're drifting. You've actually dropped sails, so you're just bobbing in place.
Okay.
Occasionally, the wind pushes you off one way or the other, and you guys have to make basic corrections.
We need something that'll indicate that we're not really part of anything. Like, I don't want to pinpoint this to Bastian, right?
So what would you guys like to
I
do?
mean, they already know, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Like Bastion has a reputation.
Okay.
So
So we. I mean,
that
we
would
should just
help.
put a bastion flag up.
Okay. That would be any of the
I mean,
flags
that's. I mean.
relating to Jassar. So those are plentiful.
Yeah, we don't. Well, we don't.
Oh
yeah.
no. Okay,
Okay.
let's not do that then.
Do you retroacting? Do you guys procure a flag of the new symbol of your father?
Yes.
Okay.
Then
Yes.
probably-
Yeah, and can I retroactively say that we all have the two?
Sure.
Cool.
With
The bandanas
Oh,
with
I
the
always
actual
do.
tusk.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
So
yeah.
the colors of your father are green and white, a green background, which right now, just seems to be two peaks. It seems to actually be just the bottom half of a row of teeth. It's actually two front teeth, two smaller teeth with two very sharp-looking tusks that jut upward, as what's become the telltale sign of your father. It's a working. It's what they've mustered in a short time.
Yeah,
we
It
couldn't
says-
find
it says
stuff.
TM at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's the working title.
We couldn't find a graphic designer short notice.
Yeah.
As you do that, the ship sees you, and it doesn't know what to make of your markings, and you see that it's actually starting to right its course away.
Well, let's fucking go. Let's catch
Okay.
these motherfuckers. I don't know. That's what I say. I'm not the captain.
So would it be too much to wave down a white flag and just be like, help us?
You,
pull like an alien and be like, send a false fucking help us
you could
signal.
certainly try.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I would like to send up a white flag.
Okay.
Okay, send a white flag
Yeah.
for. Okay.
So I'll go up on the crow's nest and I'll like wave a white something, like
Okay.
a white something, obviously, so that they can see.
Your underwear.
Yeah, my underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So as you're going to, it starts to correct its course, but it stays, but it keeps its distance away. As it's getting kind of closer, but it still keeps a good berth between you.
So
Alright,
I'm
ramming
calling down to Lorla, and I'll just say like, I wish I gotta
Use
look up
good
like
terms.
pirate speak.
You're
Arg
fine.
matey.
What?
Arg matey.
No.
Yeah.
Hard to starboard.
I'll call down and just say, Captain, she's stopping but not moving.
Yeah.
Stopping but not moving.
She's stopping. That's it. That's all she's
Inibus
doing.
says they're getting close enough, but not too close.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
do we have a boat? Do we have a little like?
You do. You
Ooh!
have 2 row ships.
What if?
Okay.
What if? What if Cloud just went over there and was like, "We need help. We're stranded.
What would you like to
Come
do?
to our ship."
It would be a very, very hard paddle.
Yeah.
What if-
that's
Yeah.
mentioned? Splitting the party.
All right,
is
all
how-
right,
is
all
how we
right,
did
all
it
right,
in
all
the
right.
first one.
We
Alright,
should
alright.
just
I have a +5 to persuasion. I'm just saying.
yeah, but
So-
if you fail,
Yeah.
you do get hit by
Yeah,
that boat.
that's fucking true.
That's
all right,
dead.
all right.
Like
all right.
there's
So
no
Joe-
roll. You drown in the ocean.
Sergio, is the ship capable of ramming the other ship?
How far away is the ship?
You know
How
what?
would do extensive damage to
Probably, I would say at this distance, probably maybe half a mile.
So they would not be able to hear us if we like. to
No.
Pirating.
Okay.
So ramming is saved for we're gonna die, so we're
Yeah.
gonna take them with us.
Is our ship? Are we stopped? Are we just drifting? We're not.
We're
Like,
drifting,
Yeah, we're
Okay.
drifting.
Yeah.
So the ship is probably going to move gradually even more away from us.
It's going to actually, it's, so you guys are facing in one direction just, and it's kind of like trying to like oval around you guys.
Our best bet is gonna be to board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say I think we should board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
you guys
know, man.
You're waving the white flag, so it's keeping just close enough, and it signals back a return of a white flag.
I wish I knew boat signals.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So
me too.
no, so what do you guys want to?
I-
You don't fret too much over the terminology and such like that. What would you like to signal to them?
We are in need of aid.
Parlay.
But yeah, like a parlay
Parlay.
flag. Like a, hey,
Okay.
we want to chat. We're friendly.
So you send the appropriate signals.
Yeah.
This reminds me of like every MMO PvP game I've ever played where
Yeah, yeah,
friendly,
yeah.
friendly.
So you guys.
Why'd you kill me? I'm friendly.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So as you guys are, as it's keeping, kind of just this wide oval around you. You see that there are a number of deckhands about, and they're just keeping the ship together and pulleys and ties and such like that. There are some combative types on board, and there's what seems to be the man at the helm is a decorated looking he's captain with a typical long coat, a tricord hat. Doesn't seem to be the hat just seems to be kind of a merchant vessel. So it doesn't seem to have any unifying markings to it. So it's so they start to signal to you like something effective. They actually signal out to you guys with the use of flags, and I forget the actual terminology for it. But they start to actually signal out to you with flags. And then as you start to interpret as you start to interpret whatever it is that they're trying to message, the message reads something to the effect of what seems to be the problem.
How far is like the nearest land? Like, how far are we
from land? Probably a day's journey away.
Okay. So we're pretty out there.
Yeah.
So if we could signal to them like,
Need food.
we're running low on supplies. Like our captain is just down. Like I don't know, like some kind of what distress?
Yeah, like a mayday signal.
Yeah.
Like we were attacked. We were low on supplies.
Yeah, we're not. We can't make it to the next like port.
Okay.
Without some help.
Whatever sea speak.
It would really be great if they could come to
Translate to
us.
Yeah.
We can fight on our own turf.
It's like the cat that like doesn't want to hunt the bird. It's just like
She's make those chattering noises in hopes that it will come to her.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just kind of like whatever that signal would be, a mayday.
Okay. Make a persuasion check as you start to signal back to them.
I have a +5. Does anyone have any?
I'm sure mine's probably not great.
And you have.
Surprisingly, mine's a +1.
I'm gonna say you have one of the deckhands, as you guys have at least 10 deckhands to your ship. One of the deckhands, non-combative. They are not combative whatsoever.
Is this just one roll, 1d20?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
As your persuasion modifier.
Motherfucker.
As one of the deckhands are translating for you.
I'm an assistant.
Okay.
You're
okay,
assistant?
with advantage.
I'm
Go
proficient.
No. Okay, I'm gonna use them. I'm so sorry. I love you.
Then our cafe noises.
I'll never let you go, die.
A 13.
13. Okay.
How is that fair? God damn it.
Your
We'll get it after the game.
It's gone.
No, it's good. Let it go. So as you see that, the ship starts to take sail again, and you notice two of the hands, like you see the captain from your crow's nest. I see you at the top. He actually starts to usher a series of commands that you can only see through visual. It's too far away to actually hear, and you see that there are attendants that actually come, down at from up the deck, bringing barrels. There are 2 barrels that they have in place, and they throw them in your direction overboard, and they continue to.
We're gonna.
Hey, we got supplies.
I mean,
I say
that's
this is a
cool, I
success.
guess.
Handicap casualties to a minimum.
Shall I go get them?
I mean, we don't have like weapons to attack with.
You notice that this ship in particular, though sizable, is much smaller in design.
It's probably going to be faster than us.
Well, yes, but given your mass, your 3 mass to its 2, you can actually probably outrun this thing despite its smaller size.
Can we try to get in front of it and like block it?
You can attempt to do so, but as it's just off the side.
Let's.
What would you like to do?
I think we should go after it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to try to like. Is there a place where like is there like a straight? Like, does it narrow at all?
No, it's open water from here on out.
Well, what? Okay, so I'm going. either me or Inibus will relay to you that we have 3 sails, they have 2, so we could probably catch up with them. If
All right.
so, we should try to, because they're not coming to us.
Okay. So your 2 options right now are to try to attempt to block its path, or let it pass and then catch up with it.
If we try to block it and it tries to get away, we have to be.
Yeah,
If you block it, you also run the risk of it ramming into you. Those smaller
It will do a lot of damage.
will do a lot of damage.
Are they going to risk their own ship though?
Yeah.
See,
It depends on what they have on that fucking ship.
I say we
I-
catch up to them.
Yeah, I see. Okay,
Alright.
let's just catch up to them.
Is it possible that we can make our way to the barrels they toss over and also catch up?
Not at the same time. One of you guys would have to go overboard for that, or leave one of the row ships, which you have 2 of. That's
do that.
your only option.
What do we?
If we want to do that, then I can do that.
Again, splitting up the party.
I know, but
Yeah, but they wouldn't. I mean, if we just went and grabbed it and then came back, like I don't think that.
we're just fucking
Yeah.
fucking pirate beggars. Just
Fuck it. That's chump change. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I say we go after the ship.
Yeah.
That's what we're out here for.
Yeah.
So,
Let's do it.
so blocking or chasing?
Chasing.
Chasing.
Chasing. Okay, you guys actually.
I'm gonna help like fold the sails or whatever the hell.
As
Not fold, but like.
okay,
Unfurl.
unfurl the sails. As that starts to happen, you unfurl the sails. They by that time can gather your intentions, and seeing as which it's a ship of a collected different crew of different races, it looks suspicious. So,
I didn't
and their
think about
suspicions are confirmed as you hear calls to alarm, and you see just a scurry of deckhands righting the ship and trying to attempt to outrun you guys. I need everyone to roll initiative.
that. Woo!
Let's use this one for that. Nice.
First decent roll of the night. Jeez.
I know I've been rolling really terribly.
Speaking of,
So who's running Inibus?
I handed it to Philip, unless anyone can. So, yeah.
I'm gonna pass it. I can barely see on the left eye.
okay,
Oh,
I'll,
shit, okay.
I'll do it. Yes.
Do you have access to her? Yeah.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
If not, I can actually do it for her. So, but I just need to know what you guys would like to do.
She's running what? A sorcerer?
Yes.
Oh, there.
Where was it?
It was actually right where I was looking. It was behind
Just under
a
it.
piece of fabric.
As you guys are getting inching ever closer.
Bum, 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 bum.
Da 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 da.
Oh, she's fishy.
You already got her up?
There we go. So you see the beautiful first time ever seen the unmentionable. So
It's so pretty. It's
the
so
perfect
pretty.
piece of work.
Hey, will you put me on a crow's nest?
crow's nest.
I know that's not.
No,
That's
one day.
not what she looks like,
One
you
day.
guys.
Yeah, it's going to be.
That's my broken technique.
Okay.
Now we do
So we're
look
writing together.
very similar.
What?
Should we use different? Because I have the other one that's over there, Phil.
Actually, hold on. I know where mine's at.
Do you?
Okay.
I just found mine.
So
Cool.
as you're getting everything set up and situated where you guys want to be. So
where do you want to be?
Just thought about it. I remember where.
I'll be up on the helm. Is that what
Okay.
it's called? Sure.
No.
Okay.
You're
The helm
driving.
is going to be right here. So this
Well,
is
I'm not driving it. I'm getting ready for battle.
okay.
Okay, then you wouldn't be on the helm.
But
Where would you
I
be?
got.
fine then. One deck
Make
down, I
that.
guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, will you put me? Because I would have climbed down. I'm a melee character, so I gotta get down.
Okay.
Maybe at the. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We need
Cool.
an abyss.
Oh, right.
Here, roll Can you grab the miniature that's over there? And we can use that for Innovis.
Okay, this one right here.
This
This will do. Yeah, this will do perfect actually.
Can you move the barrel thing a little up?
Yep.
Is that Innovis? Just like in your hand?
It might be. This might be Inhibis.
I think
So-
it might be.
So, Inhibis would be where?
She'd probably be front. Yeah, right down. Yeah, there.
Okay.
I'm trying to take cover because she's squishy.
Alright.
And Phil? Or Sergio?
I would put, I'd be next to Cloud or Assault.
Okay. Sergio is next to Cloud. Alright.
I'm gonna be by the boats.
Alright. And the boats are, they're rather spacious and they are right there on the edge, so they will count as rough terrain and getting in and out of them. But
Okay. Are they on the? Is that just the deck and then up the stairs and then?
I mean, they'd
So
be on
there-
the,
there are
they'd be on the
multiple-
side.
I'm sorry?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Would they be on the side? No. There's no way, and it wouldn't be
Not
feasible to.
Titanic.
Yeah, they wouldn't be feasible to actually be hoisted there. They would actually just have kind of like hammock harnesses that actually keep them in place. But the best that can be accommodated is right there. So, as you guys, so who is manning? Who's actually? Someone has to man the helm to attempt to actually.
Don't we have people for that?
I can
Don't
do
we
I
it.
mean,
have people
I-
for
You
that?
have deck
I mean,
hands.
I'm proficient in vehicles, so I figured I would be
Yeah.
driving it, whatever, when we're not fighting. But
As I've mentioned at the start of this, everybody has. I'm gifting everyone proficiency in seafaring vehicals.
Let's
So-
let
okay.
Inhibis do that.
Okay, so
Inhibis can
Sure.
focus on.
That's a
okay,
good.
yeah.
as a
Call.
trained ship runner herself, like she's able to accommodate that. So, anything else? Inhibis, do you have her character sheet?
Do you want
I
to play
do.
her? Okay, she's gonna play.
Okay. Inhibis is going to have to make an attempt. She's just going to make a vehicle check.
And we're assisting her with that.
You can, yeah, you
Okay.
can definitely assist her with that.
We're
So she is going to, let's say, she's going to roll. It would be a dexterity. It should just make a dexterity check
Plus
with
proficiency.
proficiency for her.
At advantage.
Okay, so it's 23.
23. Okay, that does pretty well. So natural one on them as they.
Wait, did we? Okay, never mind. We haven't
So,
done initiative order yet?
No, not just yet.
Oh.
As the ship attempts to, they scramble in a hurry in a place. They actually scramble so much so
Just
that
tips over.
no, it's capsized and all of its contents spill out. No. As they're scrambling up, they seem to have actually just one of the nets that's carrying actually one of the mass nets and such like that, or sails, gets tangled up. It actually gets tangled up in a bad way. You see a guy actually hanging upside down by a rope around his ankle, as it seems like they haven't been able to unfurl the sails well enough, and they've been dramatically reduced in speed as a result.
I just want us to they keep rolling natural ones,
Yeah.
and then we get there all the crew's dead.
By this
Scared
time-
them to death.
By this time, if they had actually any attempt to get away, since they've been ovaling around you guys, if they had any attempt to actually get away from you, even if they unfurled the sails successfully right now, this second, you would have caught up by then. You guys, as you drift next to them, you catch up, and you're within space. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
I already.
Yeah, we did
Now,
that
I
already.
want to say before we get into this, or rather, Chuckus wants to say, we're not just gonna straight up attack and kill them.
No, of course not.
We're going to try and negotiate for their supplies first.
By going straight for the captain and threatening to kill him.
Yes.
That won't work
Why not?
because the moment that you threaten anyone with actual violence, he's the higher up, so self-preservation is going to kick in, and everyone else is going to have to put their lives on the line to protect them.
I don't get it. if you take out the leader, then there's no leadership on the crew, and then
No,
they all
then
give
the
up.
leadership goes to the person directly below him.
So what's your plan, Doc?
We try to negotiate first, and after that,
And when that doesn't work, we kill them.
How do we negotiate if they won't even listen to us?
well,
We
then
need a bargaining chip, don't we?
the bargaining chip's going to be their lives, but we're not going to start out by killing a few of them.
Well, right. What's the plan?
We try first to negotiate.
How do we get to the negotiation part?
We catch up to them, say, pull up your sails. If not, we'll attack, we'll board, and we'll take whatever we want.
Okay.
Bastion
What's
Total
the-
Walters.
Question: Do we
Bastion Cold Water.
do we want to do who has the bleh words? Who would like to speak for us?
First, before that happens, initiative orders 20 to 25.
22.
22.
20.
Yay!
Okay. 20 for Lolisa.
Mm-hmm.
Did you roll
Okay.
for Inibis?
15 to 20.
18.
18.
18.
We'll say Inibis goes second.
Okay.
Okay. And what did you get?
13.
13. Okay. All right. So,
I've never been first before.
before they actually are able to do anything else, do you guys attempt to make one last response to them?
I guess.
Well,
Okay.
Doc.
Alright. If you want me to be the one to talk,
The clouds definitely aren't gonna do it.
I'm gonna, where I am right there,
Sure.
I'm just gonna call out to him. Stop your boat, or we're gonna stop it for you.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Great, I'm great at
It's
those.
going to be a really high DC.
With advantage?
Advantage?
There's a giant orc like.
I'm not going to grant it. No, not this time.
What's worth a shot?
It was worth it.
14.
14.
That's not bad.
They continue to go.
Then we're gonna stop it for him.
Alright.
So,
You don't have. Okay.
all right. As you're catching up to the ship, it drifts closer and closer within your reach. Gets about there. You see multiple deckhands actually going down below, getting out of the scramble or staying out of cover. You see that there are
There.
4 combatants ready to engage as they start to as they stay off to the side of the ship. Some of them with bows, melee weapons and such, armed. It looks like they tend to be they look like a mercenary group. They also tend to have kind of a uniformity to them. But before that happens, Cloud, as you're going first, what would you like to do?
Okay, so here's my. So I'm melee, so I've gotta. Are we all going to board the ship?
I'm not going to.
Okay. Should I not board the ship?
No,
Lorla is.
she's. You guys
Because I can use my feline agility to like
Yeah.
get there. So
Okay.
yeah. So like
The question, like, how do we get there? Do we have like
We can-
grappling hooks or like I don't know.
You would have grappling equipment, yeah.
or I
So I'm
mean
gonna focus on getting.
how close how much space is there between the boats?
A lot. 20
Oh, okay.
feet.
20 feet. Okay. So I probably couldn't land. Okay.
Certainly
No,
try.
that's okay.
Cats always land on their feet.
Yeah.
Sploosh.
If we have grappling hooks and stuff like that, I'd like to use those.
Sure.
And like throw
Yeah.
throw my
I will call on Anubis' turn that she's going to attempt to kind of veer dangerously close, like inch to inch with the ship.
Okay.
So, but for right now, you guys are at least within grappling hook distance, but that will take an action to do.
Okay.
To just get him over there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, well that's what we gotta do. So that's
Sure.
fine.
Not a cunning action.
No, because it actually counts as a full action, and the cunning action only covers. Like-
There's like specific things.
Yeah, it covers like disengage, dodge, hide, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing-
Then that's
yeah.
fine. We can just spend. I'll just spend my action getting the grappling hooks
Okay.
like over to the.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Just,
I'll actually no. Let's go ahead and make an athletics check for me, please.
Damn it, not an acrobat.
No,
Okay, that's fine.
you're not like
No, I know.
Yeah.
You flip
the
it
it's
over there.
the go-go from Kill Bill. Like you're actually
my
just
God.
twirling around like it's the ball and chain.
Fuck. 7?
Okay. You aim too high, it arcs straight up and
Fuck.
you have it. You have the rope still, but it's gone straight up and just goes straight
Alright,
down.
I pull it back up. And
You actually hear a collective laughter from the
I'm
mercenaries.
pissed! Oh, I'm pissed.
Alright,
Alright.
now she's gonna kill them all.
Yeah, now I'm really gonna kill him. Alright.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
Okay, Laura Lassar.
I'm gonna attempt to do the same.
Okay, go ahead as you are right here. Get close. Go ahead and try attempt to make.
Is it athletics?
Yes, please.
Ooh, hello. 17?
17. Yeah. Sails over and lands right at where the top level of the helmet be.
I don't have
so,
thumbs.
You actually, so you
It's
latch
hard.
on, and the captain's
You have a
there.
dagger.
Okay, so you have it
That's true.
on set. You used your action. If you want, you can use some of your movement to actually jump off board and attempt to swing off.
I will do that.
Okay. So you, I will say, I feel I need to warn that if any of you guys attempt to actually hook on and then jump off, if they get to the hook and are able to actually
Oh.
Yeah.
pull you off, you land in the water and you fall
So how much movement would get me onto the ship?
onto the ship. It's climbing speed, so you're looking about. It would take. Let's see. I'm not going to count the swinging motion of it. That's just forward motion, and you're just traveling on itself. You don't really have to travel for that. You just have to let the momentum carry you, so that'd be fine. But it would take all of your movement to get to the top level, and just hang off to the side.
So all of my movement just to
Yes.
get on to
Just
the
to
side
get
of the
onto the side of the ship, yes. You would actually be at level where the where the actual railing is. You'd be able to actually get to the top, but in that speed.
So then I'm gonna say I'm gonna wait then,
Okay.
Backseat here.
because I would need my full
You just
movement, and then
can use your
I would need to dash to get onto the ship itself, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Doctor.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to try and get a grapple hook on, but I'm going to aim for the masts.
Okay.
So that someone could just swing across.
Okay. Good thinking. So.
It's a natural one.
Oh no!
And it goes and,
And it-
actually
and it hooks perfectly.
It does. It hooks perfectly, and then the rope falls slack right beneath it.
Oh, I'm supposed to hold on to that.
We're not doing
I
this.
will. Okay, you know what? I'll let you make a dexterity saving throw, just to be fair.
Oh.
Oh, alright. That's
a
not.
12 plus a little bit. Saving throw, you said?
Yes.
That is a 15.
Okay. I'll let you go with it, but you'll have to go with it.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to be alone on board.
Yep.
Okay. So as you, oh shit, you dive. And it's like something out of an action movie. You actually dive off the ship, and there's an oh shit moment as you look at the deep below, and you grab onto the rope just in time, and even like midway as you're falling, that little bit of looseness, you're actually with your other arm latch on tight, and you swing across, and the dark blue below ends up changing to a much different seat as you're seeing surprised mercenaries look at you coming in the speed, and you are now at the center.
Go ahead.
So go ahead.
Right there, yep.
All right.
Well, he would be up on the top deck, right?
No,
It would be
right
where
where I
that,
am.
yeah. So it would be right there.
I'm here to discuss your surrender.
that conversation is going poorly.
I'm coming!
So, Inibis is going to attempt to move the ship, and no roll necessary. She's just going to be like, you hear her say in Northern Cassetters, fuck it, as she like veers the ship, and crashes against.
Oh no.
So it crashes against the side, and everybody feels a rocketing. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, alright.
That's a natural 20. 22.
Uh-oh.
A dex save?
Okay.
7.
Oh
7.
yeah, 27.
16.
Okay, 27, 16,
22.
22. Sergio, you weren't prepared for it as you fall down prone. Unfortunately. Okay. Everyone on the other side of the ship, you hear a collection of men cry out as they're caught off guard by the sudden bracing of the two ships. But more noticeably, you hear that in the below decks. But more noticeably, the mercenaries up top actually fall over. The worst of which is seemingly the captain of the ship, who actually not only loses all his footing with the momentum, crashes into the mast below and is actually wedged. He actually falls down prone, so he's going to take some damage just from.
Oh man,
from
this was
impact.
easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh god, don't say that.
Why'd you say that?
Why? Hey, you know the rules.
So the captain is going to take 2 bludgeoning damage.
That's probably about how it's gonna go, honestly.
Okay.
It's cursed dice.
So, as that happens, they crash. The two ships impact. Didn't fare very well for most of the men on board. So, with that being said, it's Inibus's turn, which is to pilot the ship. She's done so. Sergio, what would you
I'm
do?
going to stand up.
Okay, you
That's
stand up, half
my
your movement.
So,
So half your movement, and then
literally, the ship is walking distance, right?
so to speak, you could jump and make it to the where the helm would be on the other ship.
Oh, first thing I want to do is cast Bless on myself, Lorlasar, and Cloud.
Nice. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag bless.
And
Okay.
then I'm going to jump onto the helm.
Okay, and you do. I will say that we'll take the rest of your movement.
Yeah.
So we'll say for the sake of argument, that's the end of it. Anything else? Okay.
You are being boarded. Please note this is Bastion Toll Waters now. Please do not put up much fight resistance or you will be hurt.
Okay. It's going to be their turn. These men, they're all going to stand up. And they're going to aim at the only man present. So these guys stand up in the back.
5? There are 5 of them?
5 of them total, yeah. So, 2 of the combatants. This is gonna hurt.
And who?
You.
Okay.
3 of the combatants have aimed at you.
Okay.
1 is gonna strike for. That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Oh shit! Okay, so is it clank against your armor?
Against my shield.
No, against your shield in turn. So, and then you're hearing bark from
the other side.
Cornelius, who's on the ship, who's on the other ship, barking protests against your would-be assailants. Second, he clashes down with one, hits your shield. He's going to arc right up for the second attack. Is not going to fare any better, as again your shield takes a blow and actually braces for the other one. Then comes the second guy, who in the mass scramble staggers forward, lunges, and actually you hear a from the guy who just attempted to assault you. Takes piercing damage of unknown origins, of unknown amounts, into the man next to him who he's supposed to be helping. So it's going to be orange. Here's another pointer for anybody.
Pointers.
Yes. So orange. As a fuckwit partner. You hear him say, "Auric, this is sorry," as he attempts to go for, and he says, "Shit!" and tries to arc up but misses entirely. And then you hear the captain, "You bumbling idiots! What do we pay you for?" As he tries to attempt to hit you overhead with a scimitar.
Oh, shit! As I'm armed with a dagger.
The captain is going to hit you for 18.
18's my armor class.
Okay, let's get into that.
Beats.
Bitches.
Okay. Bear with me. I'm looking up the stats for Fireball.
Okay. Why did you make a sword attack with me for Fireball? That's weird.
Fuck with you.
It's the sword of fireball.
Yeah, it's a sort of Fireball. It casts every
Time you hit someone, it casts Fireball.
It casts
centered on
fireballs.
you.
This blade, 30.5.
So
It's devastating, by the way.
Yeah.
So he is going to slash out with his scimitar. That is okay. Scimitar strikes you. That's going to be 5 slashing damage, rather.
Okay.
It's going to go for another one. That's going to be a natural 19 to hit,
Alright. At least it wasn't a natural 20.
which connects even better as he slashes outward. He finds a weakness in your stance and arcs up, puts in his entire weight for a vicious 9 slashing damage. And that's going to be him.
Okay.
Okay, and then the other 2 guys are just going to spend all their movement getting to there, and then they are going to use short bows against the only person on the other ship that they can see outright, which is unfortunately going to be Cloud.
I'm gonna do the
It's
Puss in Boots thing again.
okay. As one short bow connects for 21.
Damn it.
Okay. Which also then penetrates for 8 piercing damage.
Owie.
You say that. And then the second one misses entirely as you get hit by one. Your natural count reflexes, you're like, as like an arrow sails overhead, and you actually hear it ping, ping, ping against the wood behind you. And so that's their turn. Okay. It's going to be Cloud, top of the order.
I'm gonna get on that fucking ship.
All right. Where would you like to go?
Can I jump to where Sergio is and then use my
Yes.
use my feline agility to like go down?
So I'll
To
take
get-
that's half of your movement right there to jump, and then if you jump down below, you'll be within reach of the captain.
That's fine.
Okay. So you jump down below deck.
Yep.
And it might be hard to see from your angle, and I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so you're right behind Doctor.
Doctor?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to stabby stab.
Okay. So you cast Stabby Stab.
I guess it wouldn't be sneak attack because I'm making a lot of ruckus.
Actually, the captain's 5 feet within.
Oh yeah, he's in with it. Ooh.
So yes, you could
Right,
actually.
right, right.
Right.
You may not get advantage on the attack roll, but
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm gonna slashy slash with my dagger. Motherfucker, that's a natural 1.
Okay, slashy slash as you're using one of your daggers.
Mm-hmm.
You jump off, you flip down below, you attempt to stab out, and in the blindiness of just like the whirlwind of different blades and weapons, yeah, as a shield goes up to block himself, the doctor actually knocks your dagger out of place and it falls. It hits you. It kind of smarts. It hits your wrist, and you feel this sharp pain ring, and actually releases your grip, and the dagger falls to your feet. Do you do anything else?
Huh?
I actually have a question.
Yeah, actually, you might have advantage.
Oh.
Or, well, no, but go ahead, Sergio.
I actually have a question. about Rose. You dual wield, do you not?
You don't need advantage on the attack roll.
No, but you might have advantage because you're within 5 feet.
But I do have advantage because
She could be
Is she
flanking.
She's not flanking.
Okay.
Sheridan, do you dual wield?
You have a rapier and a dagger, don't you?
I have 2 daggers.
Okay.
I have 2 daggers and a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had
Actions and bonus actions in combat. Actions in combat, 2 weapon fighting, which means that you don't take.
I do have 2 weapon fighting.
Which means that you can attack with 2 and still add your proficiency to it.
So I can attack with my other dagger?
Yeah,
Yes.
and with
Okay.
with no penalty.
Well, okay, so that happens, it falls, I immediately just try to chuck my other
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Do you try to chuck it? Like actually throw it at everything?
No, like I just try to just stab.
Okay.
Just,
What's
yeah.
up?
So
I'll ask her.
go ahead.
Okay. With this though, she didn't get to use her sneak attack because the sneak attack is declared when you hit.
Mm-hmm.
So if she was to hit with a second attack, could she not apply her sneak attack?
With the
Well,
second
it
attack?
wouldn't matter anyway because this isn't gonna hit either.
What did you roll?
So a 2.
Okay, so unfortunately it doesn't.
So-
no, I was just asking because
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, that is
It's
a-
moot,
yeah.
unfortunately, because the roll doesn't support it. So, as you
I'm
stab
sorry.
outward again in the
I am-
chaos, you can't just. It's just a blinding
I'm rolling.
mess, a chaotic mess of combatants, and unfortunately, you can't find a good place. You actually you hear a rip in a coat, and that's about it. Anything?
Okay,
My coat.
can I... Motherfucker. Alright, well, dang it, that's it.
Okay.
I'm so useless this battle!
No, you're fine. Laura Lassar.
So it would take my movement to get on the ship.
I'm a wizard.
I'm gonna say
If you feel useless, 'cause
Yeah.
probably half of your movement for the sake of argument,
Okay.
just
so
to get on the ship.
Okay, so get me onto the ship.
Okay, so as you like launch and like you feel, yeah. So
And then I'm gonna. How much more movement to get down to the deck?
you could actually, if you wanted to jump over the head of them, you can attempt to do so, because it's a crowded mess right here.
Yeah.
So you can attempt to jump down below, just over their head. You can attempt to make an athletics or acrobatics check for that.
you're gonna land.
Right on me. You're gonna, yeah, you're gonna...
We're gonna do it. We're gonna try.
Oh,
You're
Lord.
gonna try to do that, okay?
Oh, shoot. Oh, never mind.
Hey, that's a 20.
Okay.
That's a 24. And you
Where
just
would
see
you-
Laura like.
I'm gonna give you free range. Where would you like to land?
Can I
The
land
other
in flanking?
side.
How's that?
Can I land in flanking?
Yes, of course.
With
So.
the cloud.
So as you not only you jump off the ship, you press off with one of the railings with your foot. It causes you to get enough momentum to somersault, which jettisons you off, and you land behind this gentleman right here in flanking.
As you're going, you pass the guy that's still caught in the ropes.
And anything else?
So.
Now you are in flanking, and yeah, you have them.
So I would have advantage on attacks.
Yes, you would.
Our hero.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. As a bonus action, I'm going to look over at Cloud, or I guess she's in front of me, so I'm gonna make eye contact with Cloud
Okay.
and just say, "Come on, you're supposed to be a pro at this." And you suddenly have 1d6 inspiration for next time.
Oh shit! And you feel like, fuck yeah, I am. Fuck yeah, Cloud is.
And then I'm gonna attack whoever's in
Okay.
front of me.
And you attack the guy in front of you. Okay. Go ahead and try to do so.
That's a 19 plus stuff.
Just hits.
Just barely. Where's
You
one?
didn't hear her. Plus stuff.
Plus stuff. Oh.
Plus stuff.
Then it connects. That's a hit.
Awesome. Alright, that's not bad.
Please add stuff to all your modifiers.
Yeah, please.
Alright, for my great axe, that's gonna be.
You're not raging, so it's still.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
what
It's
is
plus,
right.
yeah, it's plus 6. So it's gonna be 10 points.
10 points.
I had advantage. Let me just roll for it. to see.
Wait, are you raging?
No.
You didn't declare rage, so it doesn't. Yeah.
No, but if it's, I'm in flanking.
Oh yeah, no, you are flanking. Yeah, so.
Right. So I was just rolling to see if I got a natural 20. but I did,
Okay.
so we're good.
Okay, cool. So you connect 10 damage is what you, as your father's axe just comes singing downward and slices through. You see him crumple inward as it stabs into where his clavicle would be, and there's just a not even much of a sound as the pain is so severe. Bless you. So that's very, very vicious. Okay, into pink.
Right in the pink.
Red and pink. Okay. Anything else, Lois?
No, that's it.
Okay. Inhibus. What is it? Or no, rather, Doctor. Doctor.
I could do one or two
Go.
things. I could either stay here and maybe die, or I can run away.
You cannot. There's very little space for. You're actually pressed up against the wall. Actually, no. You can't really invade their space. So.
I'm going to bonus action.
Okay.
Throw a marble on the ground and then crush it under my heel, and smoke just billows out under me.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna smoke it.
Uh,
I'm gonna smoke
and
it.
it just kind of clings to me like a glitter
Okay.
almost. And I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Woo!
So I have +2 to my armor.
Okay.
Bring it up to 20.
So as you described, crash a gem, it spirals upwards with just this puff of glitter and smoke and pizzazz, and and you shimmer in place as the glitter collects around you, shining this kind of almost this transparent, kind of force field effect around you. So
And then I'm going to use my action
okay,
to dodge.
all right,
Okay.
nice, okay.
As I just hold my shield up in front of me, screaming.
All right, Inhibus. What does Inhibus do? Who's piloting Inhibus?
Question, does she have to stay piloting the ship in order to...
She does not.
She can pepper them with firebolts or something.
Yeah, she could use
Okay.
ranged attacks.
Okay, cool. So then from where she's at, I'm sure someone's within 120 feet of her.
Definitely.
Okay.
She's from her vantage point. It's a little fuzzy. She can actually see the two on the top deck right over there.
I was gonna say try to aim
And-
for the top dude.
Yeah, and the two guys in the middle, but not the captain.
And then see if you can take cover anywhere.
Cool. So she's got Scorching Ray, which is 120 feet, Chaos Bolt, and Firebolt.
Yeah, firebolt's in there.
Firebolt then.
Okay.
Got a lot of fire.
Fire.
Let's try to
Fireball.
Away.
It's gonna be 14 plus 6, so 20 to hit.
20.
Non-natural.
Hits. But against whom again?
First guy up on the top deck.
Yeah,
Okay, so green.
Yeah.
Okay. So it connects.
So it's gonna be a D10. Ooh, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Alright, cool.
And as a fireball, and the guy's like, "You're launch and scream backwards as just this just engulfing flame hits him. You notice that what's caused is obviously third degree, as whatever shirt was there is gone out of place, and he looks just charred, cooked, one would say.
Nice.
Well done.
We don't have to fight.
Yes we fucking do.
Is that her turn?
They laugh at you.
As
Yeah.
bonus
yeah.
action, duck.
I've killed
Bonus
them for
action.
this.
She can actually, I'll let her duck out of the way.
Okay.
So she'll, I'll let her duck out of the way, but she will have to spend her movement getting back up.
Oh, that's fine. She's gonna
Okay.
stay where she is.
So she'll be, for all intents and purposes, prone.
Okay.
So, okay.
I just imagine her casting Firebolt and immediately like just falling.
Who put this fainting couch here?
It's just like smelling salt. Just, who knew she was so dainty? Okay, Sergio.
Okay, I'm going to lift my hammer, and I need the captain to make me a deck save.
Okay. Dex save, you say?
Yes, DC 14.
He fails miserably.
Nice.
He takes 8 points of radiant damage, and he cannot. Nothing provides him cover. He cannot
Okay.
benefit from cover.
Okay.
Nice.
8
As
points of-
Sacred Flame, as I raise my hammer, and Hammer of Morden just falls down on him.
Don't.
And you said it was how much, I'm sorry?
8.
8. Okay.
And then bonus action. No, that was. Oh, okay, that's a 4. The casting healing word, heal for 8. We're gonna heal Jacques for 8,
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
and that's it.
That's it, he says.
Okay.
Again, Bastion Toll Waters, please surrender.
So the captain's. You're making a good point. I'll give you that. As they continue their onslaught,
Confused screaming.
We do not wish to hurt you.
they're actually going to jump over and board. No, I take that back. 5, 10. Going down the stairs is going to be. It's going to be 20. 25 will put him there. He'll be right there. So with advantage against Lord Lasar. It's going to be a natural 20.
I think that hurts.
Was that? You don't think that hits?
Nope.
Okay, if you say so. That connects 4. As he jumps down, runs up, puts his entire weight, you actually see him in your peripheral go low and then just spring upwards, almost if he's trying to uppercut you with his short sword. He does. It is going to be 14 points of piercing damage.
Awesome.
Strikes out again.
I'm down.
Are you down already?
No.
No. Okay. Well, it's going to connect for a non-natural 20 on the second one, which is going to add another 8 piercing damage. Okay. So that's his attempt. The man above is going to see you, and the
No, it's cool. I'm down.
You're down? You're down?
Well, that first one did what, 14, and then another 8?
Another 8.
Yeah.
Are you down?
22 damage.
Yeah, but I'm trying to decide if I want to use my reaction to just put it down to 1. But the next person's going to attack me anyways.
Bonus.
Yeah, I know.
And
Declare
it would
what
be
you,
better.
declare what you want to do.
I'll...
What's your health?
21,
21?
I think.
We're at full health.
Oh my god! Ha! Un momento.
Okay.
Okay,
Did
never
you
mind.
forget
I'm
to?
not down.
Did you forget to?
I was
full
on
rest?
Annabis's page.
Oh shit!
Oops.
No.
Okay.
I
I'm
was
good.
like,
We're good.
How do I have more health?
I know.
You're the barbarian. What the fuck?
Alright, we're good.
I think
We're
I'm
not
close to
playing
her
D&D.
health, but that's
Like,
it.
wait,
I'm
we're
not
really
looking
in trouble
good, but
now.
I'm not down.
Okay. The second man spends all his action launching back, sees you in place, lines it up, thwack, and you see it hit and penetrate just between your feet and connects. And you're able to say, shit! And that's his action. The other two...
I'm the biggest threat there. I think they...
That's safe to say. So
I'm here to negotiate.
one attack is going to connect for... fuck, I don't think 17 does it.
No.
Clad motherfucker.
They have disadvantage on him.
Yeah. Yes, they do. Yeah, you're dodging. Thank you. Good call.
Wait,
Yes.
why?
I'm dodging.
Because he's dodging.
Oh, nice.
I'm not made for this!
Okay, so they're missing as you're like, and like you're just ducking below. They just keep. They're not so much like trying to aim tactically as they're just wailing on you. They're trying to jump you into the gang, and it's not
Oh my
working.
God.
Just like
Uh,
high school all over again.
yeah. The other guy, natural 2 with disadvantage, goes for a second attack. It's going to be a natural 4. So they're just like wailing into you,
At
And
this point, I'm just like on the floor under my shield.
so, yeah, so that's pretty bad. So that's it. The captain is going to say, motherfucker, he says, you, just taste this. As he...
No.
No, I don't want it. That's
No.
icky.
Yeah. Cloud is a piggy eater.
like most cats. That's going to connect for...
Sniffs it and walks away.
That's the first hit is going to connect for... math is hard. 18.
Fuck.
Does a pitiful 4 piercing damage.
Full 40 damage.
Yeah.
Please no.
Remember, he's got the fireball.
Yeah.
The second strike with his scimitar misses. I don't think a 13 is going to do it.
No.
And then the third hit is going to be even worse, as there's just a collection of guys, and like he tries to aim, you see the blade arcing upwards, and you trying to dodge, you actually hit his leg and he hits off the side, and you hear the blade just connect with the ground next to you.
Okay.
As he looks up with a mixed shock of and anger. So that is their turn. It rolls up to you, Cloud. What do you do?
Kick him in the butt.
Do I have both my daggers still? Okay.
Do you have both of your daggers?
Yeah. 'Cause I stabbed one guy and then one fell to the floor at my feet.
He didn't fall so much as he just hit and struck, just for some...
No, I know my daggers.
Oh, you did, yeah. One of your daggers. You can free action pick it up.
Okay.
It won't cost
so
you
now I
anything.
have two. Now I have both of them.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna stabby stab.
Stabby stab. Against who?
Help me out here, guys, please.
That one.
Again,
Here, use
the
this one
captain.
first.
Am I
The
here,
captain?
captain?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
At advantage, I believe, because... Is
'Cause I'm
she
within-
flanking?
No, not
No,
like
Not
that.
the captain? Okay.
I thought she was flanking with.
No, they're surrounding me.
Yeah.
Laura's flanking.
But if
I'm
I'm like,
with Dog.
Yeah, she's flanking with.
No, because I'm not on the same
Laura
side. as
Lassar
you.
is flanking one of the
You're-
mercenaries. not the
Yeah,
captain.
you're behind them. They're right in front of. I'm like
I
facing.
can't see where I'm at, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're in a perfect. I need to be where you are, but I fucking.
Well, actually, I'll make this easier.
You do have them? I don't know.
I do have what?
You have a D6 inspiration thing.
I know. I actually have two, and I have
Oh,
plus.
that's much better.
Yeah, we'll make it easier.
Well, her inspiration is 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
use that anytime.
Yeah, I know. I just don't. I'm not gonna use it on a fucking natural 2 like I did last
Okay.
time. Okay, so.
What was your hit? I'm sorry?
22
22
for the first dagger,
hits.
and that's. I don't get sneak attack, right?
On the...
Because they're facing me, so like.
Yeah, but they're within 5 feet of an ally.
Yeah, if they're 5
Yeah,
feet in
okay,
an ally,
okay,
you
okay.
get sneak attack.
Oh shit. So that's 11, 12, 13 points of damage
Yeah.
on the first one.
13 points of damage. On the captain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dies. And then.
Can we say non-lethal?
As
I don't
the
think she's
dagger,
going non-lethal.
you stab, and you're very certain that dagger went straight into what could be his heart, could have been off center, but either way, it's protruding out of his sternum,
So the second dagger hits for 21.
which is going to connect. So
You don't get sneak attack on this one.
Which is gonna be 8 points.
okay. So as
And actually, it was 13 plus 5, so it was 18 the first time.
okay, still connects. Wait, 18 the first hit?
No damage. 18
18 damage?
not
Oh.
13.
Okay, so there's no question of whether or not you hit his heart. You hit it, he gasps out as the air is expelled out of his lungs in 2 orifices, and you twist violently. His entire body actually rockets diagonally as you put your entire weight into it.
Casualties to a minimum.
Yeah.
One person, minimum. Was
That's
he
not-
one of the people laughing at me?
That's not the
The
minimum.
grappling
Yeah,
hook? Oh,
they
fuck,
all
alright.
laughed at you.
Okay, yeah, well, they're all going down.
You're all... So, as he is the leader of the ship, is also the first one to hit the deck.
We're gonna.
Can I do a free action?
What did you attempt to do? No.
Drop weapons or
Not. I'll let you make an attempt on your turn.
all right.
So, there we go.
And then can I, like... Is there any way that I can, like... Can I use my cunning action to, like...
The first hit, I'm telling you right now, would have felled him. So if you want to use
Oh,
your second...
so... Oh, okay. So can I use my second dagger to...
Well,
To try
here's the thing.
something
The
else?
second dagger is going to take your bonus action. And you use your bonus action to disengage and actually back away.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna take my bonus action and do...
You can look at the
my
screen.
cunning action. Or, no, that's an action. Sorry.
Would you like to strike out at someone else, or would you like to use your cunning action to disengage?
Yeah, I want to get
Cool.
to as close to Lorla as I can. Because
Okay.
I gotta get behind them. I'm
Sure.
trying to get behind them.
Okay. You can actually just step on the body of the captain and be within flanking range
Oh, well,
for Laura Lassar.
okay.
Would you like to do that, or would you like to move somewhere else?
I'll move.
In fact, it won't even be a cunning action. You can just actually, not to tell you your business, if you wanted to, step 5 feet on top of the captain's body, be within flanking with Laura Lassar, and you could strike out at disadvantage of the guy who's in front of you.
No, I want to get next to
Okay.
her.
Next to her?
Like I want to get as close to her as I can. Like
Okay.
I want to get behind. I want to. So I'm on this side of the bad guys right now. They're facing
Yes.
me. I want to be on the other side of them.
Okay.
Like I want to like fucking run in between
Sure.
their fucking legs and get away
So
from
this will
them.
be 10, we'll say 10, 15, you'll have to go around Laura Lassar, 20, that won't count, 25, 30 will put you right
Okay,
here.
that's totally fine.
But that's actually your movement.
Yeah.
That's just your movement, so you still do have that secondary attack with your other blade.
Oh, okay. Well then I'll stab one of those guys in the back.
Okay. And unfortunately, well, you could try not Pink, but the other guy. You actually hit the other guy with an advantage.
Sure,
Okay.
that's fine.
Do it.
Wood.
Do it. Do it now. Come on.
17.
17 does hit.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Yes.
You
Okay.
would not get your sneak attack.
Okay, then never mind. For 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay. Not bad. Nine as you twirl around with blinding cat-like speed. Manage to go behind the guy. Doesn't expect it as you're able to rake up his spine, and you hear him cry out and arc his back upwards as he just takes this vicious strike above his right along the length of his spine.
Oh yeah.
So that ends your turn.
Yes.
Okay, Laura Lassar.
I still have linking.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
For Pink.
And that was one that I had attacked previously.
Yes.
And is there someone behind me?
Yes, there's Green behind you. He's one of the guys that dropped down below and was hitting you at advantage.
Okay. So I'm going to like. I've got all these super loud voices in my head, and they're telling me how I'm a huge disappointment because I'm letting them beat me apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just gonna cry out, like, get out of my head! And I'm gonna bonus action rage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing around to the guy that just hit me. Well, no, I'll attack the one right in front of me. Yeah. Fuck it.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 21 to hit.
Why are there 10 daggers on your character sheet?
I told you!
Yeah, you did.
I have a bandolier of daggers!
You did tell me that, yes.
Why do you have 10 daggers?
I think I have like 7.
Okay.
One.
Have a bandolier.
Where did you people get these
Cool.
daggers from?
Okay. And then go ahead. What was your attack? I'm sorry.
21 hit.
It hits.
Okay, so it's going to be 17 points damage.
Okay. 17 points of damage. So as you're like crying, get out of my head, and like you hear the guy in front of you, I wasn't. It's like there's an axe head protruding, like the blade of which is actually, as you push all your weight into it, it's snapped him almost in half, going outwards, alien chestburster style, but instead is the actual like length of your axe blade protruding out of what was his sternum, as he crumples and folds in a way a body shouldn't around your blade, and you
I'm just
just
going to
slump
kick
off.
his body off of my axe.
Kick him
Yeah.
off with your axe in place. And the
I'm gonna-
guy standing next to him looks over and says, "Oh, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me."
Look at him and just be like, you should have given him a cut.
Well, in the words of the captain, starting to see your point. As anything else, Laura Lassar?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, what does Invis do?
Firebolt.
Firebolts.
Who can she see?
Whoa, wait. Did Lorla just go?
Laura
Yeah.
went, so it'd be Doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor.
I
I was like, fuck that guy.
did a total Jim face looking at the camera, just like. I'm gonna pull my shield down. I'm gonna go and just whisper to Laurasar. I'm lethal.
Too late, she's raging.
Yeah. You just see her like, as you're doing that. There's a strange, ghostly mist about her. You look at, as you're seeing, you almost see as if there's like, you see over her as she's hopping, she actually expels a breath of just heated air, and you see around her person there are multiple hands. Could be hands, could be just this fog that protrudes around her from some arcane means, who knows? And then it just dissipates.
I'm gonna
She
turn.
flexes them off, actually.
I'm going to turn
Yeah.
to who's left.
There are
How many
four
people?
members. Four people.
Um,
Oh no, three. I'm sorry. Pink is
Dead so.
yeah, is dissected.
I'm gonna look over my shield at the others and say, the people on this boat, and just be like, if you play dead, she won't attack you.
Make a persuasion check.
No.
Okay, no, it doesn't work out. They're still like, they can't hear you in the fervor, and the guy's not even paying attention. As like, sound has seemed to have stopped for him in his moment of panic, and you see color draining from him as he's just afeared of what might happen.
Feared.
Afeared.
How many bad guys are left?
Three.
Oh.
I'm going to that guy up at the top then.
Okay.
I'm going to flick my wrist and
He's this guy. You're right here.
Yeah.
This guy at the top.
Yeah.
You want to travel upwards?
No. I just look up at him, and with a flick of my wrist, this piece of like wood almost like unfurls,
Okay.
and I'm gonna throw a
Almost kind of like a walking cane, like a blind man's cane.
more of like Assassin's Creed like
Oh, okay.
dagger.
Nice.
And I'm gonna throw a boomerang at him.
Nice. Yeah, go for it.
If my phone will let me do it. So it's going to be. Ooh, I might actually hit. That is 22.
22.
Yes. And it is going to be a total of 6 damage.
You said 6 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the guy with 3rd-degree burns, right?
No.
Okay.
It's Green who actually has 3rd-degree burns, but the guy at top has not received anything.
Okay.
So 6 damage?
Yeah, 6 damage.
Okay. As you plink, like you actually see him snap forward, as it hits the back of his head.
As I just aim around the mass and
Yeah.
it comes back.
Yeah, as it comes back. Make an athletics checks with advantage, I'll say.
Athletics check. Ooh, wow! Athletics, you say? That's a 2.
Okay.
Oh, I was just kidding.
That was a
With
3 minus
advantage?
1.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
So-
I rolled a 3 and a natural 1.
I'm sorry, I thought you rolled really well.
Oh, okay, I know, for that reaction, I was like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So what happens? So you say non-lethal as you look over the lower saw. I was not paying attention. You arc up your shield upwards. You throw your boomerang. It hits in the back of the head. You put your shield in place. You put your hand up to grab the boomerang. There's nothing, and you hear a clatter, 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 and it hits off to the side. You, just for the sake of argument, you actually reach down, pick it up, put it in your other hand, and you're good.
I don't think it's supposed to come back if you hit something.
No, it's not likely. So it actually, as it tries to attempt to come back, it's just gonna fall in place. Or it'll actually clatter to your feet as you attempt to catch it coming back. Okay.
Now it's
Anything else, Doctor?
Maybe. Can I get away from that guy? That's going to tear me apart next turn.
Yeah. You'll be
Actually, can I get into flanking with him?
Yes. No. Technically, no.
I'm sure someone will attack him, so I'll get to his other side.
Okay. You'll dance around him right here.
That's right.
Okay. Cool. So you're on his other side now. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. That is going to be. That's going to be your turn. Inhibus. What is Inhibus doing?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
On.
No, guy standing at the top.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 21 to hit,
Definitely hits.
and it's going to be 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Very vicious. As he gets hit forward, he looks up just in time to see, oh shit! And just gets hit, pelted in the face, and it has this whole Ghost Rider effect that eventually washes out, and you see that he is just charred of his expression, and he looks back at you, and he's gritting his teeth in pain as his entire face is just blackened.
Does he still have his eyebrows?
No, certainly not.
So she's literally just going to, peer up over the ledge, firebolt, and then, yeah.
Cool. All right. And Sergio.
If I move 30 feet down the stairs, would I be next to the captain?
5
Yeah, the
is going to be
captain is
15. 20 would
Unless
put you
he's
right
trying to
here.
heal him.
20 would put you right here on the. Well,
Yeah,
25 would put you right there.
Alright, my action is I'm going to check, is he revivable if I was to use healing word? Actual healing.
Stabbed through the hearts.
If you used arcane means,
Divine?
And you're too
I'm
divine means,
Yeah. Healing word, actual wound healing.
I'm going to give
I
him
don't like that at all.
1 death saving throw.
Okay.
Just 1, and we'll see where it goes.
Alright.
I'll make this. You'll still have to expend the spell slot, regardless of the action.
Okay, no, I'm checking to
He's
see
checking
if I
to see.
can, if
If you can.
it's even worth me doing.
You'd have to make a medicine check, and that would be
Not my action?
that would be your action. You can make a medicine check.
Okay. 23.
23. Okay. This is a different roll. I just want to see. Let the fates aside. He looks like he is revivable. He will
Intent-
still need to make on his turn a death saving throw. So if you want to revive him,
Yeah, it would have to be now then.
yeah, I would say so.
Drop your weapons, and I will revive your captain.
Make a persuasion check.
I have advantage because I also was trying to get them to surrender.
3.
Oh, wait.
Doesn't work. Battle's too heated, and they still have a chance.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Alright, well, my bonus action. Let's suit yourselves, and Cloud is healed for 7.
Okay.
Yay!
Wow, 7.
Yeah.
All right.
That really helps me out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now it's their turn as the one guy is going to drop off deck.
Oh no.
Uh-oh!
Flanking position with you.
Uh-oh.
Dicks.
Dicks.
The first is connect for 17, lucky bastard.
Oh.
Even with advantage. The second strike is I'm gonna fucking kill you. No, my god!
We're losing so many dice tonight, you
I
guys.
Pair of
This is
dice
one Sheridan
lost.
gave to me, and it's doing so well. The second one is not doing so well, Sheridan. You give me cursed dice.
Fuck you, Sheridan! Fuck you!
Yeah, but it's still great. It misses entirely. Second guy sees that another one of his friends is joining the fray. He's going to turn around and attempt to put everything against you. Is going to be 21 to hit.
Oh, damn.
The second guy fares a little better,
I can only block so many.
and that's going to be 8 piercing damage.
Ooh. That's nice.
Spicy. Ow.
Second hit. Second hit is going to connect for. It's going to be 16, so it's not going to connect.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Anything else? No. Why am I asking you?
No, nothing else. They're done. We're good.
With advantage, is going to strike out at Cloud.
Damn.
The third guy. The third guy isn't done yet. Flanking is going to strike out for a natural 19.
Motherfucker.
It's going to hit for a vicious
Dang.
9 piercing damage.
Damn it.
Sucks, don't it?
I'm not looking too hot right now.
Second hit is going to hit for 19.
That's
19
Yeah.
damage?
19 hits to hit, which is going to hit for a modest 5 piercing damage.
okay, guys. I am hurting a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
As he
So
stabs in you, he says, "You don't know who you're fucking with!" As he stabs 2 vicious strikes into your back. And then that's their turn. Cloud, top of the order.
I'm gonna swing around and try to get the guy who just stabbed me. I
Okay.
guess.
I would think you and me are like, okay, guys, seriously, surrender. And then the two of them are like, oh.
So the
Yeah.
guy behind you, in green, as he's stabbed twice into your back.
21.
21. Okay, that does hit.
And this is not sneak attack?
This would. Is he
Your
within
swashbuckler,
5 of
yeah.
an enemy?
Yes, he is. He's definitely within
Oh.
5 feet. Laura Lasar's right there, so this would be sneak attack. God, swashbucklers are so fucking cool.
Pretty cool.
That's a rogue thing.
13 points of damage.
Just if a,
13 points. 13 points of damage. Okay. As you whip around, and with one, you actually, as a practiced tactician, like you whip around and slice upward where you know when you've measured a man's neck would be, and it connects, turning him into a Pez dispenser.
Oh yeah.
As he falls backwards with a spray in his wake.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
down. Okay.
And
Anything else?
I'm gonna take my other dagger.
Okay.
Is there someone close to me?
Yeah. This guy right here behind you is looking very bad.
Okay, well
And
let's
so
do
is-
that. Let's do that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna do you, guy.
Yeah.
22.
22 does hit.
Oh, shit.
And that's for 8 points of damage.
Okay. 8 points of damage against that one. Is looking bad as you stabbed into his guts, and you actually see some of them protruding outward. He's still, sorry to say, alive for him.
I do that cat
isn't
thing where I'm just like,
better.
just a gag.
As you attempt to hawk up a hairball. And anything else?
No.
Okay. Stay in place.
Yes.
Laura Lasar.
It's just the one left.
No, 2 left.
Okay.
But the guy behind Cloud looks like he could
So
saying something about his mom would kill him at this point.
Vicious mockery.
Yeah.
So
If you get on either side of either of them, you can get advantage.
okay. It's not gonna matter. That's an extra 20.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
What do you do?
Where's my d12? Okay, so that's 1, 2, I need another d12, but whatever. So it's 12 plus 2 is 14, and then because of savage attack,
Okay.
that's another 7.
Plus strength.
Okay.
And
Right.
rage.
So, oh fuck.
So plus 8.
So
Hang
it's a lot.
on. I want to actually do the math. I know they're probably dead, but
No.
I want to actually do this.
Okay.
So that's going to be. So it's 27.
Okay.
41 points of damage.
Level
Huh?
3.
So
So it's
it was
1d12 plus 6 or each.
You don't multiply plus 6.
Oh, you don't multiply by this? Oh, okay. Never mind then. So minus 6.
okay, which is still vicious
30 something like that.
because it's because it was a critical success.
Sure.
And because he literally had 1 hit point left anyway, and I'd hate to see it wasted.
Yeah, well.
How does he end?
So was he standing right in front of me, or was that one
Off to
behind
the side. No, he's in front of Cloud, so
Okay.
you'd have to get around Cloud.
me? Okay, so I'm literally just gonna walk up and, well, I guess he's
As
standing
he
right in
has
front of me,
literally
so-
his guts hanging
Yeah.
into his hands. He's cradling his insides.
For the horde. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, you get okay. So double your attack for that.
So double.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna whisper under my breath, "You should have surrendered," and just right down the middle.
So
Ooh.
comic book style.
Yep.
As you hit, you go. There is you. Guys see this kind of almost like flags of our father kind of thing happen as like there are some entities, maybe it's hard to say, that are holding the axe with her. You strike through. It goes through the body of the person. He splits open with enough force, blinding force, that it actually penetrates through the deck walls, and you see in the splinters this scared, cowering remains of the crew above as they're just sprayed with this just out of nowhere blanket of blood.
So that happened.
With one remaining person. So, Doctor.
Time to end this.
He's just covered in blood at this point.
So how about that surrender?
Make a persuasion check with advantage. What's my other gift for that?
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just drops his weapons. You'll leave me alive, right?
Yeah.
Alright, that's good. I'll tell you where everything is. What do you want?
Laura's still breathing, ready to attack him.
Oh yeah,
She's good for her word, right? You'll leave me alive. You won't put me to the axe like that one.
I'm
I made no
pissed.
promises.
I'm like slowly walking towards him with my daggers.
Okay, look, there's a bit of
Who's moving to? Which of you two is moving to attack him right now?
I'm not moving to attack. I'm just
standing.
I have my eye on
I will
him.
say, I mean, if you're actually moving to attack, I will get in front and set dodge.
No, I'm not moving. I'm just.
Okay.
Shooting.
Yeah, I'm not like gonna attack him. I'm just.
We were about to have inter-party
Yeah,
conflict.
No. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Alright.
Just show us what everything is. We wanted to keep this as minimum casualties as possible.
Well, I mean, we still have a majority crew, and I could pilot the ship. I guess this is as minimum as it's gonna get.
Yeah, well,
We're taking the ship.
we're taking the ship.
And the supplies.
We're taking enough supplies and leaving enough for you so that you can get back to wherever you need to go.
Oh, no, I can't go back to where I was going.
Well, then you're going to wherever you need to get to, because
Where the fuck is that supposed to be?
where are you going to get to?
We were going to Hawkins.
Okay.
We were going to use this ship.
Are they gonna kill you on sight in Hawkins because you didn't have some fucking trade order because you were attacked by pirates?
No, they're gonna kill me because we were carrying something real special.
What are you carrying that's real special?
Some sort of some piece of paper that had some magic to it.
May I
And Cloud's
see,
like,
please?
where?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll show you where it's at.
What Is it a scroll of some kind?
Let him show us.
I don't know what it is. You can make heads or tails of it, but it's real important. In fact, even we didn't know about it. We were just supposed to keep everything safe. The captain, some of us got a little greedy, wanted to sneak behind, see what he had in the safe. We peeked through, his quarters while he was putting it away, and we saw something. George there was able to pick the lock, find out what it was, and it looks to be some sort of magical piece of paper that does something.
All right. We're gonna leave that with you. We have no need for it.
Okay.
We have no need for it. That's not trade. It's not supplies. It's nothing important to us.
I don't care.
We're
Are
just.
you positive that they will kill you upon arrival?
The jury's still out.
What's your name?
Helfer.
Helfer?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Helfer.
Yeah.
We're from Bastion.
I figured.
It's under new management, and there's a toll through these lines.
Blood?
We just need supplies.
Alright. Fair enough.
We don't need anything else from you.
Okay.
If you spread the word on that, you can come back with us for safety. If
Okay.
you know they're going to kill you.
I don't know. I would have been happy to jump ship anyway. I sell my sword. I go to the highest bidder.
We're looking for good men, good women, anyone that will come with us, and supplies. If you're willing to help us with that, as well as get the word out about tolls that have no need for bloodshed, then we'll be happy to take you along with us.
Look, we have a fair bit of supplies.
Discuss it over with everyone else on the crew. There's no need for further bloodshed.
He looks into the hole that's been protruded through the deck of the ship, and as you look over your shoulder, you're seeing from multiple hands in the dark.
Alright?
Yeah, they seem to be up for it.
We need good people and good ships.
Yeah, no, they're a fine lot. This is the only murderous bunch as well. You're looking at it.
Can you pilot the ship back with us?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
One more time, just because I have a horrible memory. What was your name?
Helper.
Helfer.
Alfred. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's good. Very nice to meet all of you.
I'm the doctor. Doctor.
Doctor who?
No, don't use
No.
that.
No. Badland.
I'm a person willing to help people, get them in good health.
Okay,
Keep them
doctor.
that way.
Good. I like doctors. Doctors are fine. Seems like a fine lot. Yeah. I'll take the helm. We'll turn this around. Doesn't look like it's caused too much of a damage. I hate to say, you guys have made out with an impressive sword here. We have quite a bit in the way of supplies.
And there's no contract on this. All we need is the supplies back with us. If you feel that this isn't a life for you, then you're free to go wherever you please.
Well, it's dangerous waters. The ship could be lost at sea. There's about 5 ways to die on this waterway, so this is as good as any, I guess.
Alright, Helfer. Go ahead and come along with us then, alright?
Yeah. It's right kind of you, Doctor. Thank you. And the rest of you, much obliged.
Greetings. I am Sergio. Nice to meet you, Mr. Heifer.
Laura's just putting her axe on her back, and she's gonna try to get back onto the other ship. She's not. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's just kind of storming off.
I'm just like.
Yeah. So he just
And then
hurries up the ship.
yeah.
He actually at one point slips on one of the footsteps and stumbles up and gets back to his feet and goes back to the helm.
I'll stick around on this side, get them all settled.
Just take care of it.
Hey, you lot! We have new management up here. It's safe to come up. They seem like good folks.
One of them totally just split one of these guys in two, but
One of them totally just ripped Kevin in half. It was kind of sick, but also I feel like I'm gonna have nightmares for the rest of my life.
Yeah. They don't come up.
Lorla's going under deck, whatever.
On your ship?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go to your ship.
I'm just going to go ahead.
I'm searching this goddamn
She's hurt,
ship.
so.
You go below, and basically the equipment section in the player's handbook, literally that entire list.
Okay, do we have, like, I'm just gonna start moving stuff. Are we gonna, like, tow this ship?
We're
taking-
taking the ship
Yeah,
with
they're
us.
just gonna follow
We're just
us.
Yeah,
towing
so we
it?
can just leave everything on it. Really.
Alright, well, I'm gonna look for, is there anything cool?
Shiny.
You were told outright of the captain's.
That's where I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm not interested in the fucking magical piece of paper. I just wanna, like,
Okay.
find...
So you go, and there's 2 crew members that are scurrying out of the captain's quarters.
There's 2 other crewmen?
No, just there are 10 other people. on
There's
ship.
the crew,
There's just
and
the
then
crew,
there's
the deck.
the people
So-
that fight. Just
Alright,
like we
well-
have a crew and we're the people that fight.
Yeah. So
I
2 of
guess-
them are like hunkering out, like they have a collection of books and stuff, and what looks like anything shiny with them. A couple of bags, satchel bags and such, and then they're just they're like, nodding to you, and they're just scurrying off to their quarters.
Okay.
Um,
Before I get in trouble for killing somebody, I'm just gonna go back to our ship.
okay. Doctor, you go to the safe.
And I'm sure the guy will help me get it open.
Okay. He
Or
actually
I can do it.
he produces a key. One of the key.
Where'd you find that key?
It's on the captain's body.
All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead and get her open.
So produces a key. There's a small combination which he has to fiddle with. So it's dual locked. He has to think about it a second. He messes up on at least 2 attempts. He says, and so he says, no, I got it.
I'll help him.
So yeah, as he finally remembers 3rd time's a charm, is able to open up the safe. And there is documents and documents and documents, but is this ornate, blood red, beautiful leathered, almost with black veins, scroll case.
Cool.
For board.
Open it.
Curiosity.
Open it.
Okay.
Open it.
I'm gonna.
It looks completely sealed.
Yeah.
Make an investigation
I'm
check.
gonna do that first. Not great. A 5 plus some stuff. Sorry. 9.
Okay. You open the case, and as you open it, you feel there's some tension.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh god.
You actually, it looks like there's something like almost like you hear glass, small little shard break as you twist it just enough.
I'm gonna push the guy away from me.
Okay. You push the guy away from you, but
Mhm.
nothing happens.
I'm gonna put it in the safe.
Okay. You put it in the safe. It starts to sizzle.
No. Oh fuck.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna close the safe.
Okay. You close the safe, and nothing happens.
It might sizzle, it might explode, whatever.
You
It
wait.
might have been burnt.
Yeah. You wait, and nothing happens.
Okay. All right. That was a waste. I'm gonna tell him to exit.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get the safe back open.
So you do. He has a key in, and with your keen mind, you've noticed the combination. You've made note of it. You open the safe again.
Crack it open a little bit.
There's a bit of there's a green liquid as it opens up. It's kind of pulled just slightly. Some drips manage to hit the deck below, and there's a sizzle that starts to heat at the
I
water.
recognize it as acid.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It looks like a fail safe for the actual case, and unfortunately, you did manage to pop some of it open.
Okay. Alright, well.
It looks like it was meant as a protective measure to destroy whatever was in it.
It was destroyed.
You don't know.
I'm gonna look over did it destroy any of the other documents? I'm sure some of them were damaged.
Some of them were damaged, and it looks like they were singed in that part. So you look at the scroll case, and it's only kind of like charred on one side.
Okay.
So you only managed to pop some of it open.
Alright. Oh boy. I'm gonna take some time and just see if there's anything I can do to get this open without breaking it the rest of the way.
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Sleight of hand. I know someone that's created those.
Yeah, I know. I do too. I'm off the ship though, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to come find me.
Have we started moving yet?
Yeah, by now I'll say the ship is starting to move.
Yeah. See if they haven't manned the ship, I would have started steering the smaller vessel.
Okay. So you guys are able to turn the ship around. Do you go to Cloud?
What do you?
Are we like still right next to each other?
Yeah, well
Okay.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go find Cloud.
Because I'm not. I'm always up top. Like I'm never below decks.
You go
so,
find
like,
Cloud.
Okay. Cloud? This was trapped. I've triggered it.
When you say trapped, my pupils like.
I
Fucking.
need you to get it the rest of the way. Help me.
I'm not even. I'm gonna sit down with it and then
And I'm gonna
start to.
Make a sleight of hand check.
help her with that.
You help her?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a high DC.
22.
Good.
Woo!
Good. As you realize, it did have a failsafe to actually destroy its contents if it was just popped open willy-nilly. You managed to actually fiddle with the triggers and you actually stepped up. It smells pungent as it's already kind of eaten away at some of it, but you're able to just carefully pick up the scroll and unfurl it. Make an Arcana check for me.
Both of us are just hurt.
It would just both of you guys, I'll say.
Whoa, natural 20.
24.
Okay, both of you guys.
That doctor's coming in handy.
Both of you guys, it'll take you some time to decipher the actual. It's advanced. It's really advanced.
9th level. It's a wish though.
It's 8th level.
Whoa.
It's 8th level. It is the scroll is destroyed. It's unusable, but the sigils are there in such a way that it can be replicated, and that information might be pretty useful. You know, and even just any arcane sigils, whether written down or transferred, could anybody looking for another spell. I mean, that could go a long way. You could sell that. You could sell it as information. Very, very valuable information.
Okay,
to a very powerful.
Can I tell what spell it
Arcanus.
is?
Not just yet. It would take you actually some time to sit through and look through it.
I'm gonna work on that.
So yeah, I just give it back to you. And I'm not interested in like magic, so I don't really.
Yeah,
It's very expensive.
very,
Well, that
very
is
expensive.
Cloud's language.
Thank you for your help. Yes.
Thank you for my help.
Thank you for helping me, and thank you for yes. All right, I'm gonna get to work on this.
As you get to work to it, as the ships sail off and turn tail back to not turn tail, but victoriously turn back, you've not only just resupplied and then some, enough to actually set up a general store if you wanted to at this
All
point.
right.
There you have now a workable ship with crew members.
How much damage did it take from ramming into the? Like not.
Nothing of note. I mean,
Okay.
it will need repairs when you get back.
New
Okay.
paint job.
No, it'll need some repairs. I mean, it's probably taken in the process. We'll say, I mean, ships are pretty hardy, so it's probably taken only like 30 to 40 damage
Okay.
period. But as you guys start to turn around and now sail at the, the sun sets so much faster. You guys start to actually just tail back to Bastion, and that's where we're going to leave it tonight.
The Leviathan comes out.
Alright.
Yes.
And the Leviathan is like, mine.
My wish scroll.
That's level 9. So
I know.
anyway, guys, thank you so much for being with us. Ran a little late, I apologize, but thank you guys. It was an awesome,
We had a
awesome first
super
encounter.
important battle to get to.
Yeah,
Great.
really, really big deal. But guys, we appreciate you, love you so much. Pay attention to the rerun that'll be playing shortly afterwards. catch us tomorrow at 1 o'clock on Mondays with the Ministry. We'll be doing something wacky and crazy.
Yay!
That's us, wacky and crazy.
Yeah, wacky and
That's
crazy.
us.
And then of course Christian.
I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try.
Cool. I'm
I'll
gonna try. I'm gonna be there.
be late, but I'll.
That's
try
your
to be there.
incentive. I'm gonna be there.
Oh.
You're like, oh.
So,
never mind.
never mind. I changed
Never
my
mind.
mind.
Yeah. Actually, I just remembered I can't make it.
I have to
I'm
wash my
busy.
hair tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need to treat a bullet wound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this looks like it's gonna be take me all
Oh
week.
no.
So, guys, and if not that, we'll at least catch you Wednesday for Crit Chicks.
Crit
It's
Chicks.
7 o'clock. So,
Woohoo!
see us then, guys. But we love you so much.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you guys for being here.
Dungeon Depths. Dot store.
That's all.
That's
Dungeon Depths. Buy our logos. Buy, guys. Ministry logos.
Buy the things.
Buy the things. We love you.